go from this tranquility to that violence?
I usually take the Ferrari.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
But this is Miami, pal, where you can't even tell the players without a program. Down here, you're just another amateur.
Leave anything for us?
Just bodies.
What is good, my friends? Anthony here, 6 Scale Mafia. We are on episode 116, Tales of Dark Side tonight, my friends. I do have brother cousins on the way. Robert Burnett as well will be here. In fact, I think he's already here. So let me actually bring him on in, guys. What is good, Rob? What's up, man? Hey.
I don't know why I'm doing that, but
because the Joker. Because the Joker.
It's true, because the Joker, Yes.
Hell yeah, man. How you doing? How you doing tonight?
Dude, you know what I did today?
Do tell.
For my Designing Hollywood podcast, I interviewed Greg Fraser, the director of photography for the Batman and Dune 1 and 2.
Dude, nice. Is that going to be...
That'll be going up next week. Next week on Designing Hollywood. This week, 𝗕𝗓𝗔𝗩𝗘, who did the costumes for Face Off, Basic Instinct, and Oppenheimer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's
I
awesome.
interviewed her at Universal Studios. We went to the costume department there, and I
wow. Okay.
shot an interview with her.
That's so it's like all like there, like
we were on the lot. Yeah, in the costume department. It was great fun.
Wow. Well,
not,
hell yeah,
not to flex or anything,
No, but that's badass. That's what you want to do. You want to be like, hey, this is what I've been up to. This is really cool. That sounds awesome. I can't wait to check it out, man. I cannot wait, dude.
Yeah.
I'll say what's up to a few in the chat, though, guys. I missed a lot as the intro was rolling. Barack Amon Chris, my man, long day, a good way to end it, of course, my friend. Awesome to see you here. I don't agree with that one. Grogu is better than Luke. No, I agree with my statement. Luke is better than Anakin. We're not going to get into that right now. But Justin McFly's in the house, man. Ren's Talentino, guys. If I miss anybody, my apologies. There's a lot here at the moment that we're going to try to get through. Primetime Reviews, what's up, my man? Thanks for coming through as well, my friend. Gun fetish, I mean, a little bit. I don't know. An armed society is a polite society. Some guy, what's up, my man? Sonny Crockett, of course, dude. Of course. Who else we got up in here, man? B-Form also here. Mike Favela, what is up, my friend? Guys, if I miss y'all, my apologies. Force also in the building. Jedi Chris, my man. Both of you guys. Chris, what is up, my friend, as well? Star Crash. Yeah, my man. Yeah, dude, I just put some photos up yesterday, guys. That's really cool. So those should be shipping now, I think, right? Some people have them. Not too sure. Steven says 4 payments left of my Jazzinc 89. This will be the centerpiece of my collection. No doubt, dude. Yeah, man. Are you getting that, Rob? I mean, we talked about it, but I don't remember.
It's beautiful. I have the Hot Toys Batmobile, the 89 Batmobile. I know the Jazzinc one is more accurate, but it's hard for me to... I did not steal any props from Universal. No, I didn't. I can only do so much. I mean...
Well, I get that. And you have the 89 already.
I have the 89. I've got the 66, and I have the Jazzinc Luke's land speeder from Star Wars. People don't talk about that much.
The smaller, the New Hope one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the snow speeder.
Mm-hmm. And the Millennium Falcon cockpit.
Yeah, geez, you're right. So okay, that's fair.
It just gets to the point where you're like, I want to buy everything that Jazzinc has, but I just don't have the room.
I know. I want to get the new because he redid the Death Star panel walls, and I'm thinking about getting a couple of them just so that can be like my backdrop.
Oh yeah, well I'd love to have that in Moji cases.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, okay, that one
Are those up for pre-order?
Yeah. He puts them up. So,
and they're just walls. Are they
well,
metal?
yeah. So he'll do like the walls or with the floor, or like the walls with the floor and the ceiling. And the ceiling's kind of nice. It's got that top light. So it's pretty cool, man. And I think I would do that just for
just for display. Like you put the whole empire in there.
Yeah,
all your Imperial figures.
How cool would that look? So I know it's so difficult, man. Like we're always out of space, and what do we do? What do we do?
I don't know.
You growing out your beard again?
No, I'm freshly shorn.
Yeah, he looks pretty clean shaven. Yeah. I mean, looking snazzy.
I'm trying to. I want to. This year I want to work out, get down about 50 pounds. That's what I want to do, and get buff. That's the goal.
You can do that.
I know. I've done.
You can.
It just takes discipline.
Bro, I lost 100 pounds, and then I gained 50. So whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's just discipline.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I mean, look, I learned this really amazing thing about getting in shape. It's all about eating well, and exercise.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Who would have? Look, you got the thumbs up. I love it. Yeah, no, it's true, man. Like
Oh, did I get the thumbs up?
You did, yeah. With your,
I did.
There you go.
I still like
tips,
what is
man.
it?
The metal one. So there it goes. Look at that. I don't have that. That's so awesome. It's so awesome.
So stupid. I mean, it's so funny when I'm interviewing somebody like Greg Fraser today.
It just happens.
Yeah. You just do something like, I mean, you can't believe it, and you're going like, wow, it's so cool, and then that happens.
Right. Then you're like, oh, by the way, like it's some important meeting, and you're like, fucking fireworks start going off. You're like, what are you doing? You're like, I don't know. Software update. It's like that Zoom meeting. Remember that Zoom meeting where that guy was a cat? He was like, I don't know how to. He's like, I am not a cat. Oh, shit was so funny, man.
So funny.
Hell yeah, man. But nah, like anyway, so like, dude, I'm totally down. I'll wait for Jay to kind of bring that one up, because it is like I think there's one more day left on the Jazzinc 89.
Yeah, there is.
Pre-order. For me, I'm gonna do it. I never picked up the original, and the Hot Toys is putting out that reissue, so I'm pretty sure it's just a reissue. So
yeah.
Because I don't have one, and I can see where you're coming from, because you already have so much stuff, Yeah. So,
but I really wish that I was paying off the Batwing, and I couldn't. I had to stop. But I really do. I really do. I'm looking at Jazzinc right now. I really do want to get that Jedi Starfighter.
Yeah, I mean, are you a fan of the prequels, or is it just because it's a badass spaceship?
Here's the thing about the prequels. I think the prequels are not well executed, but I like them.
Same.
They're not the problem is the human characters, the way they were made, and all the digital sets. I was talking with Greg Fraser about this, because he shot Rogue One, and when they were talking about how, and I brought up to him, one of the things I loved about Rogue One is we saw different Star Wars environments that we'd never seen before. Like I love seeing shore troopers in the tropical waters.
Yeah, the whole Scarif battle was
great.
So awesome.
And he told me a really interesting thing. He said, we wanted to show that Mads Mikkelsen's character, Galen Erso, was a farmer. And they were talking like, well, you can go like in England, if there's a farm or something, it looks like there should be sheep there. And they were like, what real environment? And they knew they were going to go to Iceland. And it turns out in Iceland, they plant these weeds. They're good for nothing, but they plant these weeds in like the black sand around the beaches. And they plant the weeds so the sand doesn't blow across the roadways. That's why they plant it.
I didn't know that.
And yeah, and so they were scouting, and they just found this like plot of land. They're like, yeah, we put a moisture evaporator here. It's a Star Wars
it's
landscape.
a Star Wars planet. I mean,
it's a Star Wars planet, and it's real. You have the black sand of the Iceland beaches, and you put an Imperial shuttle in the sky, and suddenly you're shooting in a real environment, And I
That
think
still looks like Alien, right? It looks.
yeah, I mean, when you're watching like the Gungans fight the droid army in Phantom Menace, it's all phony.
Yeah.
It's not a real. You're looking at digital creatures fighting digital robots on a digital environment, and it didn't have that, as I love to say, verisimilitude. And so there was something missing. And while they did go to when they went to Lake Como, and when you saw Anakin and Padme on the balcony and being all lovey-dovey, that was like a real environment. It looked incredible.
Sure, yeah.
But I think one of the problems that I think the prequels have is that George Lucas, because of Star Wars, had spent so much time like out of the contact with normal people. Just couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
That just for his own life. I think that the movies have the human element is so stilted. Like there's not one line of dialogue in the prequels that I believe. So, and by the time you get to Revenge of the Sith, it's better. It's Obi-Wan and Anakin have
the dialogue is a little better.
But in Phantom Menace, it's so, and because all the environments are digital, I think that it just doesn't feel real. Whereas the original Star Wars is the pinnacle of verisimilitude, world building, believability.
Also the practical effects and on-site
and it was very interesting because I remember I went to see Star Wars opening weekend. I was 10, and I was already a fanatical Star Wars. I mean, a science fiction fan. I love Star Trek. I love the Twilight Zone. I love Planet of the Apes. I love James Bond. I mean, I loved everything that was up to that point.
Sure.
And Star Wars was the most. It's hard to explain to people. If you're fans of science fiction, fantasy, and horror, cinema, or TV, or whatever, it's hard to explain to people how much of a game changer Star Wars was, because it was
before my time, granted, but old enough when I was young, still watching it on tape, that there still was nothing really like that.
No, and everything about it, the visual effects, the world building, the lived-in look of that future. And then what was interesting was it was quickly followed up. The next thing that came that remotely resembled it, that had the same effect, was Alien. You look at Alien now, aside from the computer readout screens that are still 4x3 and CRT tubes,
still holds up, bro.
That movie looks like it was shot yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's scene for scene is something new in every scene. Like that whole boot up sequence with the Nostromo,
bro,
introduces 1979, bro.
Dude, it was and you looked at that stuff, and it was and the creature itself, it was such a game changer. And the thing was, I mean, it was really funny. This sounds so funny to say, but I saw Star Wars so many times, and a friend of mine's dad was rich and got a bootleg videotape of it, like in '78, before home video was a thing. And we'd go to his house every day and watch the bootleg videotape, even though it looked terrible. We just watch it anyway and play with our Star Wars figures. I was really worried about The Empire Strikes Back. I'm like, what if it's not good? What if the visual effects aren't good? Because it looked like on the commercials they did, like, why are there asteroids? Is that going to look good?
Right. Right.
And that was the other thing that I remember. I was a special screening for the Seattle International Film Festival. And there was a midnight screening, a 3 o'clock in the morning screening, a 6 a.m. screening, and a 9 a.m. screening. And I was in the 7th grade. And my mom's like, you're not going to a midnight show. You're 13 years old. And I'm like, I was like begging my mom, I'm like, Mom, you don't understand. And my mom's like, okay, you can take the day off from school, but you have to go see the 9 a.m. show. So I'm like 13. I'm like, God damn it, Mom.
Right. You wanted to hit that night.
I wanted to hit, but it's not like anybody I knew. There was no other 13-year-olds I knew that was going to go to that midnight show. So I rocked it out. I got tickets for me and my friends, and I got on a Metro Seattle city bus dressed as Darth Vader. I had a Don Post Studios mask on.
That's awesome.
I was probably like 5'4" then, had yet to hit puberty full on. And I like walked onto this bus, and we left at like 6 a.m. for the 9 a.m. show to get good seats. And, all the people going to work in business suits are all applauding me when I'm going down the back of the bus in my Vader outfit. And seeing The Empire Strikes Back, like, you think that it couldn't be better. But I remember sitting during the Battle of Hoth, and I was losing my effing mind. Like, I just, I'd heard I had bought the soundtrack record. I bought the vinyl. So I've been listening to music, and I'd heard the Imperial March. That was this first track on the second side of disc one.
Yeah.
Dude, when that Imperial March hits and you see the Star Destroyers, and then you see the Executor and you see Vader, I mean, it was so, because the audience was expecting greatness, but they weren't expecting how great Empire Strikes Back was.
Oh, it's the best.
And the battle at the end with Vader and Luke, how it built up, it was like a 3-act structure onto its, in the carbon freezing chamber, seeing that for the very first time with the orange and blue and the smoke, and Vader standing there and with his lightsaber, all gleaming red in silhouette, and then Luke comes up and ignites his lightsaber. Dude, I'm thinking about it now, man. I mean, my 13-year-old self, I was losing my effing mind. And it was insane to sit in that theater, because you could feel it. Was like the thing about Star Wars, when it was the same thing when everybody was there, they were all hyped. It was the opening weekend. When everybody was reading the opening crawl, you could hear the of everybody reading to themselves out loud. But by the applause at the end of Empire Strikes Back was like the loudest applause I've ever heard in a movie theater ever. That first day, because it hadn't opened yet.
Right. What's up, Jay? We're talking about a little bit of Star Wars.
Hey, what's up? I love it.
Dude?
I love it. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Rob? How y'all
My
doing?
hometown. I'm doing good. Aaron Grove is in Seattle. It's 20 degrees. That's where I saw Star Wars and Empire in a theater that's no longer there anymore. Right down the street from Amazon's headquarters. 6th and Blanchard.
Yeah. Man, I tell you what. I think all three of us may be on the panel. Well, I mean, I certainly am. SG-1 in Atlantis. Definitely not Universe. I did not like that show, but yeah, love Stargate. Love me some Stargate. But dude, how you doing, Jay?
Yeah. Doing good, man. Doing good. Was out working as a production assistant on a film set today, and it was excellent work. Just had a real fun time. Just watching movies come together, and just being amongst other creators is just always great. And
nice. Can you say what movie it was?
It's a movie. It's got, I forget the title. I forget what the title is, but it's about a comedian who gets canceled.
Oh, okay.
It is great. Is great. I believe it may be on Netflix. In the future. But it was actually a comedy. It's about a comedian, but how they have it set up, they actually are having a stand-up comedy show with it, and they're filming segments of the movie throughout the show. So it's a live show and movie combo type of thing.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's real cool. I didn't stay. They actually are having a show now, but I couldn't stay for the whole show. But just getting everything together was just the whole. I love the whole process of production. It just gets my gears running. Just to it's a lot of hard work. And Rob, I know you know all about it. You too, Anthony. I know you guys know all about it. But the production, it's a lot of work, but it's just so rewarding. It's just so fun to see, people running around, all coming to, scrambling together with one common goal.
Like get it all done.
Exactly. So yeah, it was great. It was definitely great.
Man. Well, let me ask you, because Coffin is bringing up a good point, man. Is the Jazzinc 89 more superior than the Hot Toys? Well, I mean that's a matter of
Yeah.
I'm gonna just bring it up. I want to bring it up because this, I think pre-orders are over tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, he keeps pushing it back. He was, what? I'm like, are you for real? Yost, are you for real? Because it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if he says, okay.
Well, I don't want him to do that. I don't want him to do that, because if you're like, hey, we're cutting it off, and then you're like, we'll give it a couple more days, and then we're cutting off, and then we're like, well, you know what? We'll give it a few more days, and then it's like, you're pulling it in, Art, bro. Come on, like
in a way, but also I think you got to look at it like this. Him being on Adam Savage and just the overall
Yeah, I mean, I get it. More exposure is going to give you this is a bigger window.
Yeah, this is. I think especially with this one, this has brought out a lot of people that are not even probably familiar with 1/6 or just car enthusiasts and found out about this company and are like, oh my God, I need to get in on this. So I think he's making accommodations to that crowd as well, which is good for not only him, but it's also good for us collectors, because then you get people that weren't collectors becoming collectors and buying shit, and that keeps our our favorite 1/6 scale companies in business. So it makes I definitely think it makes sense. But yeah, it's like you keep moving it. What are we doing here?
I know, right? But I understand from a business perspective. I get it. I'm getting it regardless. So it's for me, it's a little bit, is it better? Well, look, it's going to be more accurate. I mean, it's much larger. He's putting in so much detail into it, but it's also like twice the price.
Yeah.
So first the Hot Toys. So really, it's I think they have their pros and cons, man. Rob, you said you're not.
I mean, because I have the Hot Toys version, I've had it, so it's not something that I necessarily want to run out. And I mean, I'd love to have the thing. First of all, this is a big boy, and it's like, the Jazzinc is taking over my room here, and it's just like, I love it. And I'm sure that they've done. Look, that the 66 Batmobile is incredible, and I don't have the Batman version, but that's incredible too. They've really stepped up their game, and now it's funny because I've been buying Jazzinc stuff for 4 years now. Because the Luke's, like I said, the first thing I bought was I bought the Luke's land speeder, which I really like, but it's a little too small, but it's still really cool. And then I ordered the Millennium Falcon cockpit, and I need to complete the Falcon cargo bay with their
you're going for that whole thing?
Why, but again, it's so big. It's like, what do you do with it?
Yeah.
So
I thought about getting that myself too, Rob, just to have that whole representation of the Falcon. Having the cockpit is grandiose and beautiful itself, but then you have the cargo bay with it, because that's where a lot of memorable scenes happen in the Falcon. So having that is like, you really have the ship.
And it's so cool, and it's what a great display. I mean, like I've been saying on the show before, I think that the order of the day is the displays now. I really want to concentrate on how I'm going to display my collection of figures and things like that, and I want to, because a lot of my stuff isn't displayed, and I really want to concentrate on enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Absolutely.
But the Jazzinc stuff, but even with module cases, even with a DF-120, a car fills that whole thing.
That's it. Yeah.
And when a vehicle's in there, it's even hard to put figures in there and not make it look cluttered.
Yes.
But it's pretty dope. I mean, all this.
I mean, it's look, this is pretty badass, man.
It's great. It's great.
You bring up a good point, Rob, because the way I have my 80, because I got the Hot Toys 89 now, and how I have it set up is I have the Keaton Batman, standing in front of it, and then on the other side of it, you have the Nicholson Joker, and it looks good. It doesn't look too cluttered. It looks, fine just with that. But with this bad boy, and as big as it is, I don't know how. Obviously, I can get Batman and standing in front of it, but I don't know how am I going to get. Where do I put my Joker with this?
Although you could put the Michael Keaton Batman in it with the cockpit open.
Yeah,
because that's how I had mine displayed for a while.
Yeah, yep.
But
the thing is look, if you're gonna have more Batman 89 figures, then a DF-120 is just not gonna cut it, and the garage rack really isn't gonna cut it.
No,
because this is 4 feet just about, right? It's like the Ecto one.
Yeah.
So even at 2 feet deep, you can go deeper on the cases, but then you got a problem because the deeper a case goes, I mean, that the viewing angle gets really skewed at that point.
Yeah, and also,
like, what's back there? What's way back? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for a collection too, these vehicles, like, I like seeing a module case full of figures. The busyness of it is fun, and however you display. But when you put a car in there or a vehicle, you can't. That busyness is, it's interesting. I'm fascinated by people's collections and how they display them. Like somebody whose collection I really like their displays is 𝗕𝗏𝗕.
Yes.
Because 𝗕𝗏𝗕 has within his Moduspace cases, he's got things that I want to buy, like that the Apollo 11, this quarter scale statue coming down the limb. He's got a lot of like, I love astronauts, and I just ordered that 2-pack of Interstellar, the Matt Damon and the they're putting that out, and I have the Matt Damon Martian figure, and then I have figures from the Wandering Earth, those Chinese astronaut figures. And the way he's got his Moduspace cases, he's got like one of them L-shaped so he can fit that whole quarter scale, because he's got astronaut figures too. But he's got a really interesting mix of not just vehicles and stuff and figures and statues all in his display that I really, really like. Or go Bob Dylan style, Bob Dylan's cases are like movie posters, like an explosion of characters, and his displays are just fun to look at. They're not museum poses, and he's not precious about, like, his figures he's posing them all and they're all exploding outward. And
when he did like that burly brawl with the Matrix, like,
I mean, all that stuff is so cool that that's kind of what I aspired to do. I mean, look at the accessories on this thing. Like, what are you going to do with that? Where are you going to put that?
I mean, but look, you have to choose. Get a max 140 or a max 150. Like, what are you doing? Are you just getting a vehicle, or are you building something? Like, did he sell out of his Batman Forever? Batmobiles?
I
should know this answer, but I don't think so.
I don't think he did.
But I think the pre-orders ended, but he will probably have waitlist stuff.
Oh, they haven't. He hasn't got them in yet.
Yeah, no, they haven't shipped yet. So, but I think all the orders went through. I should know this. Like, he's always on my show.
Because I really want to get that 66 Bat Cycle too.
I kind of want
that.
Too. Damn it, Rob! Why you say that?
I don't know. Come on, you want it.
Yeah,
it's so
out.
Cool.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so it'll probably be on waitlist. Somebody will, inevitably, like, there'll be waitlist conversions, I'm sure. But that's a tough one. That is a tough one. But what do you do? Like, do you get all these vehicles? I mean, that's a lot of shit. And are you just getting a vehicle, or, like you said, are you planning? Like, I plan on doing like a Bat Cave.
Right.
I know it might be a little much,
cool.
but
that's cool.
I think that would
can
be
you
really
imagine
cool.
doing it if you had like those garage racks, and did a Bat Cave with all the Batmobiles lined up next to each other?
Yeah, well, that's too much, right? That's like a whole fucking
Rocky with the cave, stalactites hanging down and stuff. Like, you could double it
that
up,
would be
double size.
Yeah. I didn't realize there was a Super Friends version of the 66 in blue. I don't think he would, but I didn't realize that either. But
I don't know, it's animated.
Yeah.
I
mean, if he wants to try to pull another, hey, we're going to give you another 66, but it's a variant blue.
Yeah. If there's, if there's a customer base for it down the line, why not?
Yeah, I just, some people might not want to do that. They'll be like, oh, it's the 66 again, but it's the Super Friends version. And like, well, you missed the first one. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's tough, man. It is really tough to decide, like, what are you going to do with vehicles? And it's like, I thought we were done, Jay. I mean, I knew the 89 was just going to be this year.
Mm-hmm.
Once we knew that.
I know where you're going.
I know, dude. So what the hell? Like, what the hell? It's, 7-year gap, 7-year gap, bro, between the Mark 1 and the Mark 2. And then we saw this 2 years ago in Japan at Toy Sapien. Remember, they had it on display. Yep. And then when Back to the Future 3 Doc and Marty went up for PO, they were on this DeLorean. So I was like, okay, cool. Maybe they just slapped on a little harness and put some white tires, and we'll see it in 2030 or 2028 or 2029, right? So what the hell?
I
what the hell?
Didn't this look, because all this year between us, I was actually flirting with the idea, because I was so, even with all its flaws, the Mark II hover conversion, I love it. I think it's a better
See, I need to get one of those. I really
It's-
want one.
it's-
So yeah,
it's a
keep in
better-
mind, like
yeah.
right, the Mark One for those never had it. It is an inferior vehicle compared to the Mark II.
It really is. The lights in the dash don't light up. The time circuits don't light up. They don't. You know, which is a lot of stickers. As great as it was in 2018 when I got it, I remember applying stickers on it, and I was like, wow, this takes me back to my Kenner days when I was 5. But in a good way, you know, but still I paid about $1,000 vehicle and you're applying stickers on it. The Mark II is way superior. Even with its falls, and we all knew about the hover conversion struts that was cracking on people last year. It was a bit of a rocky start last year with that vehicle, but I think overall, once that got fixed, everybody was pretty much satisfied with what they got with that piece. So I was thinking about earlier this year selling my Mark I DeLorean. I was like, I don't get rid of it. But then I watched Michael J. Fox's documentary Still.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? Back to the Future 1 is my jam. I'm keeping this song, bitch. And I have both of them displayed out front out there. And just both setups, Back to the Future 1 and Back to the Future 2. And I thought, you know what? We're not going to be seeing this. If we see it, we're not getting it. We're not going to get it. We're not going to. And if we do get it, we won't see it for like another 6 years. It's a future J problem. And here we are.
I thought the same thing, bro. And you know,
here we are.
I love it's a future J problem.
Well, listen, he flirted with the idea of selling the Mark One. I flirted with the idea of buying his Mark One.
Yep.
We had this discussion,
Yep.
and I was like, "Am I going to be that guy with 3 fucking DeLoreans if they ever drop this thing?"
Yes, you are. See,
And then
here's the
I'm
thing.
like,
We are. Here we are.
When it comes to collecting, dude, the answer is always yes.
Oh.
It's always yes.
Yeah.
You know it. I know it. The answer is yes.
3
Always
DeLoreans.
Do you think I should have 3 DeLoreans? Why, yes, son.
Well, here's the thing. At first, Rock'em man, I think even despite the recalls, yeah, because they're pedal to the metal right now, and I just didn't anticipate it because we had a 7-year gap in between the two, so I just assumed full-heartedly. But they're cranking shit out, dude. Regardless,
Well, they're gonna do repops and things you never thought you'd see because think about it. They've already gone deep into Ahsoka, but they got nothing coming out other than Deadpool 3. That's all. There's no Star Wars movies coming out. There's no Marvel movies coming out for a year. So they basically have a gap year, you know. So, although I think I can guarantee you, I will. I'm going to place a bet. I think that Deadpool 3 is going to produce at least 10 figures.
I can see that.
10 figures,
That's awesome.
including either. And I can't say which figure, including, let's say this. I have heard, and I don't know if this is true, but I have heard through the Hollywood grapevine that there is a much sought after Marvel character that has had a hot toy before. There's been a hot toy before. Makes an appearance in this movie. Now, I don't know for how long. Or for if it's how long it's going to be.
That could be anybody, man.
I know, but I'm just going to say there was a hot toy figure of a Marvel character that I think is going to be in Deadpool 3 that everybody wants. That everybody wants, and I don't know if they would just I don't think they would repop, but I think we could get the figure again. And it's a figure they've released before.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. And I don't even know if it's true or not.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out whenever that movie comes out.
Get me excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're right though. They don't other than Deadpool, right? There's not much. So yeah, expect, we've said this before, that just revisit, tap that well again. And
Dude, if somebody made a third-party locomotive, that'd be the coolest thing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too, right? They show this on train tracks, but they don't show any solicited in the contents. So that's probably just a prop piece. Somebody's gonna make that shit. And
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, I would get if you could get train tracks in that locomotive.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, well, the locomotive would be pretty damn big, dude. So you want to talk about space? Where the fuck we gonna?
Yeah.
You gonna just make room for it? I mean,
or if you make a section of it, I don't know. You know.
Yeah, but
Somebody
for
can
me,
make, yeah.
See, now I'm like torn, bro, because if I can find someone who successfully like 3D printed, you know, the backs, we can get rid of Mr. Fusion and try to make the Mark II a Mark I. But I think there's a lot of modding to do on that to really.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go buy the. You could, but then really it's just a piece. Like just sits there. There's not a lot of functionality.
And that's the thing. It doesn't like if you found somebody, and there will be. And this was a reason why I struggled to sell, you know, but even the idea of selling the Mark I, if, you know, I would sell it, you know, at that time when I was thinking to sell, I would have sold it to somebody like you or something like that that knows the value. But I remember, and Anthony, you know, you pointed that out to me. I saw people, you know, in the groups and the buy sell trades selling their Mark I DeLoreans for like $600, $700.
Yeah,
and I just wasn't, I wasn't going to do that. I was like, you know what? I'd rather keep it because Back to the Future means a lot to me. So it's like before I take that hit, I'd rather just keep it. So and that's where I fell in with it. So yeah, but this thing right here, it just looks great. My idea is it's going to be a whole. I'm going to have a whole garage shelf unit just dedicated to back, and it's probably going to be this one back here. It's going to be just dedicated to Back to the Future, and with this, I'm going the whole yard. I'm printing out that background. I'm having dirt in there. I'm having some trees. I'm getting a couple of horses. I'm looking in the horses right now.
A whole Western motif going on.
Exactly, and the horses pulling it. I'm getting them on top of it. I'm going all out with this.
That would be awesome. Colin DeLorean, man, what's up, man? So I got the V1 DeLorean, which is my favorite, but it does have some inaccuracies compared to my real DeLorean.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it does, but I feel like, man, it's really tough. It's tough for me to be like, do I need to go backtrack and grab that first one again and then have three? Because I have all that different memorabilia, and I'm thinking like, it's already spinning in my head. Like, how do you set the display up? You know, and I think I'm gonna do like a 1x3 shelf, not like a vertical, but more of a horizontal, where you have like back next to each other. I have all that memorabilia and stuff too that could fill in each respective case, and of course have all the figures, and then you got Mars Toys making even more figures that are going to complement each movie, you know, independently. So it could really fill out quite nicely. But my man AJ, Pursuit of Awesomeness, man, for 10, dude, thank you, my man, said this will be way easier to produce. People forget the last one was made during the winter. China also has had 3 oil crises. You need oil to make plastic. None of those issues will be present this time. It's also a good point, brother. Thank you so much, man. My dude. Yeah, it is. I mean, so who knows, dude? I put a poll in the chat. Most of you guys have seen it already, but we're 75 votes in, man. Let me know if you guys are picking up this DeLorean. Yeah, no, or maybe.
And the price on this one is a little good. It's a little cheaper, right?
Cheaper. It's $805.
Oh,
yeah.
Not bad.
Somebody said that was what Mad Dog he owed him or something. Was it the same number?
That does sound familiar.
It's been a while, man. I gotta watch part 3 again. I saw somebody mention that, and I was like, "Is that?" I don't remember.
That's kind of cool. If it is, they paid that much attention to detail. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny, man. That would be pretty funny. But I don't know, man. So I'm yeah, you don't fucking age, man.
Thank you.
I'm still kind of on the fence right now, because if I do, it's a whole thing, right? We have time though. We have time. I noticed that, you know, on Sideshow you can pre-order it now for, you know, 10%. Was that $80, $82? Yep. And then your first payment doesn't start until August of like 90 something for 8 months. So got plenty of time to figure it out, but I mean, I don't know, man.
Because if you get it, you gotta backtrack and get the first one, right?
Yeah, that's my problem. I don't have the first one.
Yeah, you gotta go back and get them all. Because you need all 3.
You need all three.
Do I? Well, let me ask you. Do you need all three? Wait, what are you thinking about this, Rob? I mean,
You know what? First of all, here's my problem. The Doc and Marty, not that I need balloons. The Doc and Marty figures from Back to the Future 3 are great.
They're great figures.
They're great figures. You know, Terry Metalis has them at a prized place in his house. And I go over there, I'm like, oh man, I got to get those. And they're really great. And that's the thing. The DeLorean it's not shit without figures to go in it or around it.
Right.
And those figures are so good. You can still get them at Sideshow.
Yeah.
And
I have them. They're great.
I need to get those figures. And then if you get those figures, then it's like, well, I need their time machine too.
Well, so that is an issue, right?
It's kind of like I imagine what it was like to be alive in '83 in Miami, when you just needed more and more cocaine.
I think that's like anywhere in the 80s, bro. Not exclusive to just
but
Miami.
Scarface,
Tony
Montana, Miami. I just, it just you could just substitute Hot Toys for a big mountain of Peruvian flake. It's just but the great thing is that you still have it the next morning.
There you go.
Yeah, but here's the problem, and that is an interesting fact. I did not know that it was fitted to a Volkswagen Beetle frame for the off-road capability.
Wow.
It smells good too. Oh yeah, man. Some talk. Here's the thing though, man. Are they going to amend the issue that I'm having? Because now that you have this on the front of it, it's going to be even more of a pain in the ass to open up the hood, to push the damn power button on. And also, you need to have a toggle switch. The dude, please.
Why can't they put a toggle switch in the back and make it USB?
I don't know. Well, look, the part 2 is USB, but it's it's a press to hold kind of button, right? You click it once
because it doesn't have the hover conversion on it. I bet you dollars to donuts this is going to be built the same way the first one. Because Hot Toys, look, they're a little lazy. We all know that they get lazy as shit sometimes. Especially with pieces like this, they're gonna make it USB, but the architecture is still kind of the same. This is still the same vehicle. I mean, even the hover conversion one, it's still the same DeLorean from the. It's still the first DeLorean. So I'm thinking it's going to be business as usual. But the good thing about this is because you don't have that second step toggle switch, this will be exactly how the first DeLorean is, where you can just give the command and it just comes on like that. Because there's not a second button. It's just an off and on switch. So that's one good thing about it. But you're right. How to get to that lifting up that trunk? I mean, I don't think that'll be hard.
I don't want to do that, because it's half the time I don't turn on my fucking DeLorean. Well, I got the table in the way, but my DeLorean's right there. The whole setup, and it's
that's what I'm saying. You won't have to, because they'll be built off the architecture of the first one.
With the first one, right?
It's just like when I give the display to Alexa. I give the command, and it just comes on. Like, it's funny because my wife came down. She was like, "Why does the first DeLorean go on, but the part Mark II?" I was like, "Cause I gotta hit that double button." She was like, "Oh, that sucks." I was like, "Exactly." So I believe this one will be the same way, which sucks, because then
there's a kit too that you can mod it. You can mod it to where you can do that, but I'm like, all right, maybe that's what I'm gonna have to do, because
I'm gonna have to at some point.
It's too tough, man. A lot of people are asking that, dude. Eric, I mean, I don't know. I mean, do you guys think they would reissue the Mark I? mean, that's they've reissued the damn tumbler how many times? So I don't.
Dude, I think they will too. I think they'll improve it. I think they'll improve it and re-release it, because if you don't think that because remember, it's not just, if you think about the fact that there's nothing new other than Deadpool 3, it's not just this year, it's into next year. So I think Hot Toys is going to reissue just about everything they can that they can't improve, or even that they can improve. We're going to see a bunch of new reissues, like that Iron Man Mark II.
Yep.
And if they're all as good as that Iron Man Mark II, bring it on.
And with the Mark I, they'll definitely, because it's a couple of things they can do. They'll for that Mark I, what they'll do is they'll give us, it'll be USB powered. That's one. And then 2, lights in the dash. So all of them will have lights in the dash, and we'll have lit up time circuits. So they're gonna make it. They're gonna do it again. They are.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm just wishing I sold my first one like 3 years ago. This would have made a killing, man.
Well,
This thing at some point was
yeah,
going
it
for like
was selling for a
15 to
ton back then.
2,500. Yeah, 15, 2,500. You know, those, 2019 to 2020, 2021. This thing, we didn't think we were gonna get, any more DeLoreans, and the prices were outrageous. So
yeah, well, I mean, shoot, here we are. I mean, I didn't think we were gonna get the second one either. That dropped, and then now here's another one. So it's tough. Is the hood removable? I don't think so, but they did say there's some functions here though, right? Obviously the tires can be swapped out. I'm not sure. Doc saying I truly or fully believe we'll get a Mark II 2.0 Mark 1 because of the LED. Yeah, I mean it's so I'm gonna have to wait. Because that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to do it either, because I was like, well, it is old and it could do it. It just, in my brain, I don't see it happening until it happens, right? And then it all makes sense. You're like, oh, of course they're gonna fucking do it. But right now it's kind of like one of those like inside, like stock trading. Like you don't think about it, right? You're like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, maybe I get rid of it, you don't know, and then all of a sudden you're like, shit. They did update it. Holy crap. You know what I mean?
And it's funny, like a year ago, about till this week, a year ago, the Mark II released, and then it recently hit waitlist. Didn't it hit waitlist, or is it back? The Mark II, is it that back?
No, the DeLorean is waitlisted.
Yeah, it's waitlisted now. So
Yeah.
it went waitlisted, and then here's this. So when this goes out and waitlist, maybe a year after it's released, so you're looking at that point, maybe about 2026, they'll give you the Mark 1.
Well, let me ask you, do you guys think that at this point, then, now that we are confirmed having 3 separate DeLoreans,
Single songwriter makes a really good point in that
maybe
2025 is the 40th anniversary.
Oh,
Yep,
that's right, 1985.
Yeah,
makes sense.
and they'll
don't
announce
do
a new Mark 1 and get it out for 2025.
Yep, makes sense.
Because here's the thing that I was wondering, right now that we have 3 confirmed DeLoreans, it's like, do you think they'll all each have their own individual value, or is it a matter of, oh, this is the old shit, I want the new, so that it devalues the first 2?
Well, I don't know if anybody necessarily buys vehicles with the idea that, like, I'm curious about the investment for Hot Toys, because I think that when it comes to vehicles, people want these vehicles for their displays. I don't think people are buying vehicles to put away because they're high ticket items to begin with.
Yeah, but they're always a high price though on like eBay and shit.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Selling them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that. I just think that
I don't know.
they don't. Yeah, I don't know. But I think for the 25th anniversary, that's the thing about Hot Toys, is like, I've gotten to the point where I just want the best iteration of whatever figure or vehicle that is available. Like, give me if you're going to improve it, I'd rather have the improved version of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing, right? Because we had this exactly, man. This is exactly what happened to me. I have the improved version. I know, Jay, you have the first batch of it, but yours is still holding up, no problems, no. Have you fucked with it? I mean, or is it like you just set it and forget it?
I mean, honestly, that is old faithful. It not a bleep, like the light, the LEDs and that thing. I think because that was Hot Toys' second vehicle, they really improved the LEDs. The LEDs on the first on the Batmobile, on the Hot Toys Batmobile, the LEDs from what happened to mine, they were shit because they all burned out, honestly.
Right.
But the LEDs in the DeLorean, I have no problem leaving that thing on.
Well, I'm sorry, I meant more like the hover conversion.
Oh, yeah, the first batch. I'm sorry.
Right, yeah, the first batch, not the Mark 1, just the first batch of Mark 2.
I set it and forget it. I put it in flight when that thing was going down about a year ago. I did, because I had that window. You know what I'm saying? So I with Sideshow, so I I converted it like maybe 4 times just to see if the wheels.
That's right. Yeah.
and I never had a problem. I thought I saw like a hairline fracture cracking, and that was just me looking at shit. It didn't. My mind was fine, completely fine. I didn't have any problems with it. But yes, because I have the Mark 1 and the Mark 1 is a roadster, I have mine in hover conversion mode. So I'm not compelled to fuck
like
with
keep
it that much.
fussing with it and change it.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
that was like a problem, right? I mean, there was a lot of people, because you guys know my story, or at least most of you guys know. But if you're new to the channel, I remember what I had ended up paying off the Mark II DeLorean, and Sideshow had a delay. I got an email saying, hey, you know, your item's going to get delayed. And they had already had all the money. It was like $930 or whatever. And so you guys know how it is being a collector, or just being somebody who's, you know, financially, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you know, frugal or strapped or whatever. It's $1,000 is my point. So when they hit me with that delay, I was like, oh, fuck that. Like, I'm going to refund it. And then all of a sudden everybody started getting it, because I was like, I'll buy it later. You know, I'm not going to let them just sit on $1,000. I'll recoup the money later and get it. But then it started coming out, and everybody's was fucking broken. So I was like, okay, now what do I do? I was like, you remember, Jay, we had this discussion. I was like, I really want a Mark II, but I don't want to buy one that's broken
right
out the box. And then months went by and we were like, whoa, what happened? They're not on sale anywhere.
Yeah.
Not in China, not in Japan, nowhere. They just stopped selling the shit. Then 6 months goes by, and then you see these DeLoreans slowly trickling back out. And then we're getting those early reports where people are like, look, it looks different. They're all like magnifying, you know, they're playing detective the first early in the year to now. And we're like, okay, it's different. So then I was like, okay, cool. Let's get it again. So it just sucks when shit like that happens, because like in your case, granted, yours is okay.
Yeah.
But you know, what if it's not? You know, then you're like,
exactly.
Like I kind of screw. It's like the Spider-Man thing.
Right.
They just updated that Spider-Man, the Toby.
Exactly.
So what about all the people that already bought? You know, they're like, well, I don't like that. I don't like that idea. So,
and they have and even for that Toby, I'm hearing that they have a buyback program. I think somebody just said that in the chat, that they have a pro, like even if you bought it, whoever you bought it from, whatever reseller you bought it from, if you give that head back, they'll get you the other one and all that stuff. And I mean, it can become a hassle. Like, look, absolutely.
And let's be clear that, you know, what Sideshow's referring to is like local distributors that are through the totem pole, through the food chain of Sideshow's distribution. So if you bought it overseas, hopefully they're reputable and cool with you, right? Because then they have to make those adjustments. They have to get the update, and they have to honor that with you. Well, they don't have to, right? It's really at the good grace of whoever you purchased it from. So that could be tricky. And I don't know if that shit's it's me being all conspiracy theory. I don't think so. I was like, is that intentional so that people are kind of being, you know, detracted from buying from resellers, because they'll be like, whoops, we screwed up this, you know? And so then you're like,
could be.
I'm just buying from Sideshow. Fuck it. I don't want any problems.
Could be.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think, man? Is that crazy? I mean, you know, stranger things have been known to happen.
I mean, look, you know, I wish we didn't have to wait so long for figures from Sideshow, but I have to say, for the most part, I've been buying from them for 20 years now, and I've always been satisfied with their customer service.
Absolutely.
Oh, they're the best. They're the best.
Yes,
they're the best. I mean, those who know, I mean, they're just the best. Like, you got a problem, they're gonna fix your shit. I mean, the only time that sucks is now, right now, where they're doing these lower runs, or these lower purchase orders, right? Because I had a couple of issues since they started doing this, you know, late 2020.
Well, I mean, they've been getting screwed, you know, in terms of even though I'm sure their markup is pretty high on these things, they're still ordering deep. I mean, I'm surprised at how much stuff you can actually still buy from Sideshow. And that's money that they put out that's just sitting there, you know? I mean,
it's not just Hot Toys, right? They have everything.
Yeah. And the craziest thing ever was when, what was it? When I bought Cyborg, you know, I bought Cyborg, and they're like, would you like a free Captain Marvel?
I remember that. You're like, well,
I was like, well, you know, I've got my Carol Danvers in the flight suit, but I would like her in full on, you know, Mohawk mode. So if you're going to give me they gave me a free $250 figure.
Yeah, but do you remember they used to do that? Remember, like, what did they give us? Did they give us Zod? and tonto. I think it's been a while.
Oh yeah,
they would give stuff away on occasion, and then that just fucking stopped. And then
I would know. I mean, the thing is, you know what's interesting? That Captain Marvel's a great figure.
It is.
I really love that figure. I love the costume. I mean, I didn't hate that movie, and I like the fact that now I can have her in her flight jacket, standing there looking badass, and then put behind her as a display her power on mode. You know, because I would never own, like, I wasn't going to buy the Endgame Captain Marvel with the butch haircut. You know, I just
like that style. I mean, that was kind of a thing for a while in the comics.
Yeah, but
I kind of liked it.
I mean, the figure's good, but I like the classic look. So I didn't need, and I liked her in the flight jacket and stuff, and I had her displayed with the Flirkin, and you know.
Is it weird that I would prefer Monica Rambeau?
Well, the suit. See, here's the thing. Monica Rambeau is my Captain Marvel.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, reading the comics, that was.
I want the black and white 80s giant fro Captain Marvel. I want that Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, it's badass, dude.
And it bothered me. I mean, you know, it's so funny because the Carol Danvers version of Captain Marvel is the latest iteration, where to me, the Monica Rambeau Captain Marvel with the black and white suit and the fro, that was a staple of 80s Avengers comics for me. And Ms. Marvel, Carol Danvers as Ms. Marvel, is who Rogue stole her powers and threw her off a bridge. Yep. You know, and I'm like, it never sat well with me that they turned her into Captain Marvel. And while the costume's cool and as a toy, it looks, the figure looks great. But I'm with you. I want, they need to do, like, you can't really see it, but my Prince custom figure it's not rooted hair, it's a hair piece, but it's got his afro, you know, it's almost like a kind of like a Brillo pad. It's really cool what they did. And I want a Monica Rambeau figure with that kind of or what they do with the Jimi Hendrix figure. You know how it's got the
yeah, for sure.
So they can do a giant. Sure. I want a giant 70s or 80s Afro figure, and I have them with Hendrix and I have them with Prince. But I mean, I want that Monica Rambeau. Like, if they do it, they're never going to do this. But if I could, you know, in the classic comic line,
yeah,
like, I wouldn't mind getting a Monica Rambeau from like circa 1983, 84.
That would be
in that
badass.
Costume.
That would be badass.
But we can't even get the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗓, so they're not going to do an 80.
And there it is, guys. Ring the bell. It is Saturday night. It cannot be a Saturday night
ding, ding, ding,
without 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗓.
It's going to happen one day. One day, Rob, it's going to happen.
This year, if they need to make more figures, they need to make more figures. They've never done that. They've never done it.
Yeah, one day. One day.
I mean, I want the classic Okoye.
Oh, you know what?
I need it.
I am confused. Hold on a minute. Sorry. Here, I'm just talking to myself because I'm old. But I agree. And I think things will come in time. I think things will come in time. I'm gonna send an invite here. Oh no, Memento, my friends. R², my man. I just saw your chat as well. I do want to note that because, you know, got to give love to the X06 crew, man. Luckily, the only 1/6 scale stuff that I've gotten into has been Star Trek, and I'm desperately trying to keep to it. Just X06. Damn, there's a bunch of figures that look good.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I can't wait to get my new ones.
On the way, my friend.
And their Nanjin just keeps posting stuff. I'm just like, oh my god.
Dude, we're gonna have a big year.
How many figures was it last year? That picture you took was great.
Thank you. We did 11 figures and then the Enterprise E chair for 2023.
Right. So 11 figures in the E chair.
Yeah.
That, I mean, that's $2,000.
Yeah.
More than that. It's more than $2,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's $2,400.
Yeah. There's some things coming.
And now you've got figures like Krug is $300, Savik is $300. So it's
Search for Spawn.
Oh yeah, all of Wrath of Khan.
Like
So you got 5 Wrath of Khan figures. They'll all be $300.
I don't know exactly. I don't know the pricing.
Well, if they come with those jackets,
Those jackets are nice.
Dude, those jackets
They
are
are.
so
Jackets are
love it.
nice.
They're
The
nice.
mustard maroon. I mean, they're nice, dude. So I mean, listen, there's well, there's actually some stuff on there that anyway.
I mean, he's
there's a lot.
teasing classic. You know, he's been doing a lot of Kirk and the green tunic business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, doing that.
Yeah, Borg
Maybe.
Queen. Yeah, that's still being worked on.
I still think he can pull off a Borg Queen, not as a statue, but as a figure.
Yeah, it's really tough, dude.
I
I mean,
know,
I
I know.
I would say wait and see if you could. That's all I'm gonna say. Can't say much about it, but just
Yeah, of
I
course.
think people will be pleased with it. So it's a
And you got Worf in the spacesuit. Worf.
first contact. Yeah.
I mean, we could potentially get 3 Worfs this year.
Well,
Potentially.
here's what I want to do, and listen, this is just me. This is nothing directly through work. This is just me as a Star Trek fan. So don't take what I'm about to say as like set in stone. But I think what we need to do is kind of augment that and do not only is that first contact spacesuit Worf, but another first contact Worf. So he's wearing the Dominion War outfit, and keep him. Well, you don't put him out as first contact. You put him out as DS9.
Yeah.
And he's got the ponytail and the Dominion War.
Yeah.
And then for TNG Worf, you do his yellow uniform with the short hair. I want the short hair for TNG.
Yeah.
I want the ponytail for DS9.
Well,
and you
what's
can swap him to your first contact if you want, or swap the head sculpts if you want, like a season 7 Worf TNG. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what's going to be interesting to see, because so we've got Cisco already, which is great.
Mhm.
We've got Quark, which is great.
Yeah.
We're getting Odo, which and Kira. So those 3 figures aren't in uniforms. Is he going to do, because he's got Jadzia coming out, but if Jadzia comes out in the
Dominion
non-first
War.
contact tunic, the
It'll be
colored
a
tunic.
Dominion War.
Oh, it is Dominion War. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Like
okay.
Cisco. You know what I mean? Well,
Yeah, because that's what.
The problem with so here's the problem with DS9, right? Other than the first few seasons, they were still wearing TNG uniforms, if you remember.
Well, it was Voyager.
Well, no, it was TNG at
It
first.
was right. Okay.
Yeah, because remember that was in '93. Voyager didn't start till '95.
That's right.
So like around season 3, when Voyager wore new uniforms, they tried to keep up with it canonically. So then DS9 switched to the Voyager uniforms. So then you're like, okay, well then what do you have? You have TNG uniforms, you have Voyager uniforms. Well, let Voyager have Voyager and TNG have TNG. And then the Dominion War went off, and that's why First Contact they were all wearing the same. You know what
which
I'm
is
saying?
good.
So it just makes a little bit more sense to keep them distinct. Saying,
Yeah,
okay,
no, I
this is
agree.
DS9.
I agree, because we got
Wartime.
the Voyager crew, and then we'll have Deep Space Nine in the First Contact uniforms, because I don't think he's going to finish the First Contact crew from the movie. I mean, he'll do Worf in the spacesuit, but we don't. I mean, you got Data and Picard. Are you really going to do the rest of the bridge crew? Are you going to do Geordi and Deanna and Riker? And
I would like at least one movie version of TNG, because then Geordi has his eyes, which is kind of cool.
yeah, but I mean,
kinda cool.
you got to get that classic 3rd season when they went to the high collars and the 2-piece outfits. That's the
Yeah.
classic TNG. Or season 5, so you can have Picard with the jacket.
Because he has the whole like Darmok, jacket.
Yeah.
I call it, right? Because after that, he was like, and that was just, it's funny. That was just Patrick Stewart, right? He's like, I'm tired of these damn outfits,
Right.
these jumpsuits. So he's like, I wanted some more casual but we
Mr.
had that-
Musashi is asking about Quark. That Quark figure is great. It's a great
Yeah.
great figure.
and he's gone. So I think we had some immediate purchase pop up, but those had left. Now I'm sure that you may be able to find them, maybe on other retailers, but Sideshow maybe. I don't know if their wait list is full. Sideshow's wait listed everything.
I'd love to get a Guinan, by the way. Charlie V. Northorn asked for a Guinan.
Yeah, Guinan for sure.
I'd love
For
to get
sure.
Yeah, you got to do Guinan.
Yeah, that has to be on the table. Now I can't confirm nor deny anything, but I would say that Guinan should be made for TNG. And Toss is coming. I know a lot of people are irritated by that, but I feel like
They're irritated that it's coming.
that it hasn't happened yet.
Oh yeah. It's good because then it's saved me from getting 3D Trekkers Bridge until they come out.
Yeah, I mean, look, and I feel like I feel like it'll be worth the wait, man. Personally.
Yeah, and then are we going to get Q in a Starfleet uniform?
I would like to see that.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I love Judge Q. Judge Q is important though, because that's what TNG started with.
And that figure's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good figure.
Yeah, yeah. I would also like more Mirror, to be honest.
Yeah, I want the whole crew in Mirror and Marlena Moreau.
I need Enterprise as well. I need a Mirror Darkly from Enterprise. I need T'Pol and Hoshi.
Dude, I mean, if they're making Empress Georgiou, I need Empress Sato.
Yeah, that would be really nice as well.
With her split cot, yeah. But I need Uhura with her midriff exposed.
Oh, yes.
That's what I need.
Yes.
And her green hoop earrings.
Yeah, that would be.
But those are still available. I don't know if those sold as well as they.
Not as much because a lot of folks either are too young for original series.
Yeah, totally.
And then the original series fans would prefer just original series and not a mirror, version. So they're still, I think Mirror Sulu, I think is still around. But Spock not. I don't know. I don't remember. One of them is still in stock. I just don't remember which one. But anyways, yeah, there's a lot. That's a lot of stuff, man. That's a lot. So I'm glad to see all the Trek love, everybody in the chat. There's a lot of Trek love, man. I mean, it's when it started, I get it. It's like 1-2 figures. Now we're 20 something deep. Much more coming. You mentioned,
dude, it's crazy. I was looking at all that. I'm like, wow, this is what a great line to get all this stuff.
It's you'll be seeing some pre-orders going up soon.
And there's with Picard season 3, you've got 5 figures too. You've got Vadic, Worf, Stashwick, Picard, and isn't there one more? There's one more, right?
So when I had Terry Metalis on last 2 weeks ago, I revealed the 7 of 9 from Picard.
Oh, right, that was the other one, 7 of 9. So there's a total of 5.
Yeah. So
that's really respectable.
Yeah, that's a good.
And Nanjin's always talking about Star Trek 6. I would love to get a Chang.
Well,
Christopher Chang and Gorkon. And then the Mighty Maroons are fine, but Chang and Gorkon, those are such great figures. They could be such great figures. If we only got Chang, that would be great.
That would be pretty awesome. So I don't know, guys. I would just say stay tuned on all of that stuff, man. Can't really talk about it, but it's great. It's great. It's fun. I love it just as a fan, as a diehard Trekkie. I'm just happy that we have that representation now. Yeah, everybody's got their Star Wars, everybody's got their Marvel, their DC.
And you guys have done an extraordinarily good job with those figures.
Oh, it's all them. I mean, I just do the photos and the video. Well, some photos, not all.
But they've done, there's cool things about those figures, like the interlocking bases that look like the transporters, and then they come with the little cards, and the you can hook into to see your videos, and you guys are doing a great job. And I love the packaging.
Yeah, packaging is nice.
Great.
Real nice.
I agree. No, and it is fun, and it's a lot of fun.
And I need my Disco McCoy, man. Come on, give me my Disco McCoy.
Soon, man. Hello, Andres. What's up, man? Greetings from Chile. What is up, my friend? We're just talking a little bit of Star Trek, but we'll be talking about some other stuff as well.
It's summer in Chile right now, isn't it? Southern Hemisphere.
I think so.
I've always wanted to go there. I want to go skiing in Chile. I've always wanted to go skiing there.
Oh wow, well that would be kind of fun. Fun.
Nice.
Let me bring up something here, man. Rob, I agree with that, man. Undiscovered Country. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's pretty damn good.
Yeah,
I really like it. I really like it. I think Wrath of Khan might be my favorite of the original movies.
It's pretty cool that 2024 is the 40th anniversary of Star Trek 3, so it's pretty cool that we're getting a Krug.
Yeah,
Krug figure.
I agree. I agree. How cool is that going to be, my friend? Christopher Lloyd, man, come on.
You can put him in the time machine.
Oh, we're going to put him with the fucking DeLorean.
Yeah.
That won't be Doc Brown right there. That's going to be Commander Krug right there, hanging out with Marty.
And you can have Doc Brown going, "Who the hell's that?"
Right? Oops, I didn't mean to double flip that. But we got Lale in the building. What is up, my friend?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Good,
hey, man, I'm sorry to hear about your uncle.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate that, bro.
I really liked your post. It was very hard.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. You know what? It's bro, cancer is a hell of a thing, bro. It is. And the thing is like, like I was saying yesterday, they said the percentage of, or, the percentage of deaths by cancer has increased exponentially. And it's even more than patients, dealing with like HIV, AIDS, stuff like that. Cancer is rampant. And with him, it just got progressive. Originally I found out like maybe a few months ago, my mom told me, and he kept it away from everybody because he didn't want people to know. You know what I mean? Like he didn't want, people to kind of really know what was going on. Yeah. And so he, confided in my mom and, and her sister at that point. But yeah, they took him off chemo. It started out with throat cancer. And then it spread. So it went from his throat to his chest to his stomach. And part of the problem was it was so progressive that it was cutting off the airways. He couldn't breathe. So they had him sedated since I think like last Thursday, Friday. I didn't find out about it until Monday. So I basically been back and forth and trying to figure things out. Not really saying much, but just waiting. Yeah. And then his daughters, they waited till his daughters came up from Kentucky. And that's when, today they decided that they were gonna, take him off the ventilator, and they wanted to basically see if he was breathing on his own first. Yeah. If he could, you know what I mean? So that's the thing is like test. They have to. That's just what they have to do. Like they can't have you dependent on something. So, the couple times that they did it, he just couldn't. So then this last time they gave it one last try. And it was crazy though, because while they were changing, I guess he was trying to cough while he was sedated, and he moved his arm and everything. And, they kind of filled out the tube to kind of give me more air. But then when they took it out, it was crazy. I walked out of the room and was looking in, because, you have to give them space. And they did it, and bro, like he literally sat up. He opened his eyes slightly, but I think it was because he knew that he was surrounded around people who loved him, and that he felt comfort at that point. And so as long as he knew that, and he was surrounded by his daughters, and it was crazy because, bro, it's a cycle. Because the day I was born, ever since I was born, he was there with my mother in the hospital. And like everything that's me, as far as creativity, music, all that came from my uncle. Art came from my uncle, because I studied him. I watched him. I mimicked everything he did. Like everything he did, I wanted to do. The good parts of who he is me. And I guess it was poetic, bittersweet that I was the one in the room at the end of his journey. You know what I mean? So he stood up, he opened his eyes slightly, and then he shut his eyes and he just leaned back and he just took one last breath. And then that was it. And then they told him that his heart rate was slowing. They had to remove the tube and stuff like that. So yeah, it was crazy. Like my mom, she wanted to be there, but she couldn't because of her back. Like she's, went through surgery and stuff like that. So I had to be that person and bridge the communication between her and everybody else, my daughter and Toya. Shout out to her, bro. Like she was there with me the entire time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's, bro, like the thing is, man, like I tell anybody, bro, like, and we say this a lot, but you have to really truly understand it, that tomorrow is never promised to any of us. No, it's not. And if you have any grievances, anything that you need to say to somebody in your family, friends, loved ones, say it now, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Forgive and pass that on. Don't carry any type of animosity with you, because then you'll have to be the one at the end of your journey to answer to that. And it was just good that I was there with him to kind of experience it, but it was pretty hard, bro. But he doesn't have to feel any more pain, so I'm just so happy at that aspect of it. But it was still tough, and it's tough to have to be that person and that last person to see someone go before his sisters and before his brothers. None of them were there because they couldn't get there. I was the one that was there the entire time. So
Wow, man.
it was rough, bro. It's been rough. It's rough, but you know what I mean? My grandmama a few years ago, and then him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's tough, man. It's really, really tough.
Yeah.
But you know, we deal with it, we move on.
You
I was
try.
like, you know, when you sent me the message, Amp, I was like, yeah, no, I'm with family. Toy was like, go. She was like, go. She said, get on. Just get on. She's like, get on.
Yeah, I
because
wasn't
you
sure
need to
if it was
get
just
your
gonna help
mind,
get you know, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
that,
off
you know,
of it.
just-
She said, because if you sit down, you're just gonna sit here and dwell on it. And what good can you do? Like, just go, fresh air, just talk about something else. So that's why I'm here, and I appreciate everybody's condolences, everybody out there in the community, man. But
And I thank you for coming
honestly,
on last night too. We even though it was
Yeah.
a short time you were there, we had that was a great show. That was fun.
yeah, bro.
But
Yeah.
now that said, how do you weigh in? Are you going to own 3 DeLoreans?
No, I'm not gonna.
No,
order any
he's
of
not a
them.
DeLorean guy.
Come on, man.
No.
Come on, dude.
Nah, I'm definitely not a DeLorean dude, man. But I think I was talking about this. I did a corner yesterday.
Yep.
And I think the beauty of that was with this itself is the possibilities of everything else to come. You know what I mean? Is that if they continue to focus on vehicles and stuff like that, then that means that there's more to come. There's other things out there that, you know, we could see. And I think that we're fortunate enough to be in this space that, again, you know, we could, you know, get some beautiful things, beautiful vehicles and stuff like that. But I think this is one that, you know, if you're going to release Doc Brown and Marty from Back to the Future 3 and not do this, they knew that would have been a crime. So again, it was the opportunity to do it. And I know that there were a few people out there waiting for it. So hey, I'm happy for them.
It's a tough one, dude.
It really is.
I'm still a little bit, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I will likely have it, but you know,
Do you guys feel that this is kind of funny that all the hype for the 89, we've been talking about the 89, and then Hot Toys just comes out with this as Yost is closing, you know, as we're getting closer to, you know, closing those pre-order, they're like, hey, y'all like vehicles, here's a Mark III. You know, it's kind of funny that they did that. I'm like, come on.
I think that's part of it, though. I mean, ever since Yost got an actual license from Warner Brothers,
yeah,
you know, and what he's doing, I mean, he's actually making things that Hot Toys showed, like the Jedi Starfighter. You know, he's made the Batwing. He's doing an 89 Batmobile. He's done the Batman's Batmobile with flames in it. I mean,
yeah,
you know, and I think that they know. The thing is, I think that Yost is doing something. Hot Toys can't make money. I mean, I think with the Back to the Future, if they know the Back to the Future stuff's different because the Back to the Future stuff appeals to everybody.
Much wider outside of 6-scale collecting.
Yeah,
and it's
like they can put
friendly.
it. Yeah, it's display friendly, and I think that whereas even though everyone likes the Batman 89 Batmobile, it's more of a niche thing.
Is
you
it?
know, I think it is because even look, Michael Keaton couldn't save the Flash, and
yeah, but that was not his fault. I mean,
well, but I would have thought, look, I'm an unapologetic Flash lover. I really liked that movie a lot. I had a lot of fun with it.
You did.
I really enjoyed it.
Me too. I actually enjoyed the film mainly because of Sasha Callier.
She was. I can't wait. I love that. I can't wait to get that figure.
Yeah.
I have the Barbie version of it. I bought the Barbie version of it, and I can't wait to retire that. The Hot Toys figure is going to be great.
Let
but
me ask you a quick question.
yeah.
So the rumors that are basically surrounding the short list for the new Supergirl film, or the Supergirl they're looking for, and one of them was the girl from House of Dragon. She played the young version of, I forget her name,
Rhaenyra.
Yeah, so she's basically in a running. So what do you think about that? I mean, I loved her in House of the Dragons, but what do you think about that?
I have not yet watched that show. so I have no
dude,
idea who
it's
you're
so
talking
good.
You
about.
haven't watched House of the
Listen, man, I got
Dragon?
so burnt by
What
Game of
the
Thrones that I'm
hell?
still angry.
Dude,
That's the
don't you?
best show
It'll take your anger away.
It really
Okay.
will. It really does. Oh my god, and come on.
I know.
Yeah,
I
this
know,
is
but-
this is better than season 8, and I love. Here's the thing, bro. I didn't have a problem with season 8 as much as everybody else did, but I see where they probably did have a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is good, bro. This is definitely good. It's worth watching.
It's really good.
It's really good, and I can't wait for season 2, bro. And
Hot
you know, they
summer.
definitely leaned in, like where they went. Like, we'll put it this way, bro. Like they just the hype around it is amazing, bro. So I definitely get it.
It's really
So,
good.
Yeah.
It's really.
I'll check it out.
But I don't
will.
know. I don't know if she would be necessarily a good Supergirl.
Yeah, and this was the Leo. This was the younger. This was the younger
But some
counterpart,
people-
right?
some
Yeah,
people said
yeah.
She's gonna be a good
She's
Batman.
yeah. This was the younger version of her. And I mean, mind you, she looks older now. You know, she definitely looks older now. She's the
Yeah.
actress from Australia. I forget her name. But again, here's the thing, bro. And if you're gonna film, if he has a vision for it, and James Gunn always does, that's cool. But I still think that, you know, you're wasting a character. You're wasting Sasha Callier, bro. Like, cause I think the potential of her being in the film, another film,
I
and
agree.
doing something special, I think it would have been amazing, man. But
She was
again,
a highlight of the Flash.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think that also is going to kind of, to quote the late great Kurt Cobain, remember my man, it's better to burn out than to fade away, right? So I feel like, you know, think about it that way, right? She had a cool performance, but we know that it's not going anywhere. That story, right? That story's done. So to bring her back,
It's multiverse, man.
yeah,
Anything you want.
I know. We're gonna play the multiverse strings every which way, but people are gonna get tired of that.
Ooh, look what he got.
So
Yeah, what do you got there,
Yes.
Dale?
but now you can look at that
Oh,
Flash
no.
movie and be like, "Yo, that's
I
cool."
finally got my Cad Bane.
Oh,
in,
wait,
man.
wait, let's see.
Oh,
What we got
nice.
here?
I mean,
Yeah,
my
Billy
my
Bob.
Cad Bane.
Exactly.
I got
You
my
mean Billy
Cad
Bob.
Bane.
Oh, you mean Billy Bob Thornton? Gotcha.
Yeah, so I finally got that in. It came in today, so it came in while I was at the hospital. So my neighbor took it in, so I just got it on the way back and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, man.
Look at it.
It's
I need to look at it.
yeah. I mean, I haven't. I'm just.
Well, take your time.
opening it
Take your
now.
time. Take your time. I know Jay had his.
Yeah, this is perfect. This right here is a perfect figure. So I don't know if you've seen that one yet, but do you have this, Ant?
I do not have Cad Bane.
Bro, you want this figure?
I gotta tell you why though, and you guys are gonna
Great.
hate me for it.
Why?
Is that I didn't really watch a lot of. I mean, I did see Clone Wars, but I didn't watch it enough to where I know a lot about the character.
Dude, you can display the Cobb Vanth and the Cad Bane with your DeLorean from Back to the Future 3. Make a big multi-dimensional Western
He
display.
looks fantastic.
He's a phenomenal.
He's amazing.
figure.
It's an
And
amazing figure, bro.
And everybody I know, I did my top 10, and I know some people out there that was mad that I didn't put him on the list, but there was a version where he was on the list. He should have been on the list, the top 10, because he was a great figure.
I do want him. I do want him. But I can't say that I'm excited for him because I'd never had that draw to him.
It's
But I-
bro, if you're
Oh,
trying to
I'm
pull
man,
off a really good Western display, you know, basically a galactic Western display, I think it's dope. It's dope to have, but when you get the Cad Bane figure in hand, bro, just the sheer craftsmanship of this figure alone is amazing. You would love it. You definitely. I think if anybody would love it, you would.
Yeah, probably.
And you can pull off some amazing photography.
Well, I appreciate, man, because I will, because I'm getting Cobb Vanth. So then I was like, but that's Timothy Olyphant. I just really like him, and I liked Cobb Vanth as a character, and I hope that we see him again. But now he's gonna be like Cable and shit. He's gonna be all cybernetic or whatever, you know. Like they're gonna do something to him. But yeah, give it time, man. Give it time. I know Mario doesn't watch movies, and I don't watch TV. Some TV I watch. I mean, what's new? I still have yet to watch For All Mankind, so cue Rob on that one, which I will, I promise, because I really want to.
Dude, that 4th season finale had me in tears. What a banger.
Damn it. Well,
Come on, man.
I gotta get it. I do.
It's the perfect combination of melodrama and sci-fi. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's, you know, it's up my alley. I know it is. I'm gonna be hooked. I know I'll be hooked as soon as I start, because it's Ronald Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does no wrong in my eyes.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Doc Smizzle, though, what's up, buddy? He says Cobb Vanth and Cad Bane about to look so dope riding around in that Mark III DeLorean with Doc and Marty.
I mean, that's what you got to put them on the hood together.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
You know?
Rebel Moon, I didn't even watch Rebel Moon, bro. I didn't even watch it.
Wait until Snyder's director's cut.
I know, so I gotta wait for the DLC, right?
Yeah, I wasn't.
I'm like, fuck, dude.
It wasn't. Me myself, I just wasn't a fan, bro, at all.
Really?
I was not a fan of that movie at all. Like, it just didn't do it for me, man, because it was too. They should have. Again, if you're gonna wait for his cut, and if they're gonna give him the advantage of doing his cut, then you should have did that in the very beginning.
Right.
Don't release this the way they did, bro, because. He put it this way, bro. The character development, and on top of that, it was really, really. I felt it was predictable.
Okay.
It was predictable.
I want it to be successful.
Yeah,
but I don't really like a lot of Zack Snyder's hit or miss. I think Justice League was a hit. Personally, just that tone, he did good. He did 300, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
I like 300 at the time. It's very
and most importantly, the movie that inspired the greatest series of Hot Toys ever, Sucker Punch.
There you go. Rob.
Yeah. But didn't he do the fucking what's that zombie movie he just did?
Army of the Dead.
Yeah, I did.
Did not like that.
I couldn't get
I didn't like that.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it.
I didn't like that.
No, I didn't like it.
Well, teacher, I don't know. I don't. Watchmen, right? Yeah, Watchmen was good. Corey was good, my man. He's a little late to the show, but has anybody seen the recent? Have you seen this too, Rob? The New Wave Toys.
Yeah, dude. I can't even imagine what a 6-scale pinball machine would entail to make it work. How do you make 6-scale bumpers work?
Bro.
With pinball. Dude, if they do
skee-ball
machines and pinball machines, I'm gonna lose my mind.
So they are. They showed off the skee-ball machine already.
I know. I'm like, when I was a kid, I was a skee-ball ace.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was a
Seaside, Oregon. I was a skee-ball maven.
Wizard.
I mean, if they're really doing, they said they're doing the black hole pinball machine.
Well, I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know what they're doing, but
where's my? I still have yet to open my pallet of Coke cans. My new Coke cans.
Oh yeah, look at that. Babe, rest assured, I'll get a hold of Shiloh.
These are the. You know what? You've got to give it up for New Wave Toys for making these really heavy.
You didn't even open them yet?
I haven't even opened them yet. No.
All right.
So they're actually heavy. They're waiting.
Because they dispense through the machine.
I gotta get that.
I mean, these are actually really heavy. You'd be surprised at how heavy these are.
Yeah, they're heavy.
And not only that, you know what else this comes with? Which I love. It comes with money.
Yeah, but it doesn't work in the machine.
No,
the coins do, but not the bills.
But still, you got some dollar bills.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Awesome. Pinball wizards and skee-ball sorcerers. Hell yeah. Yeah, I do too. I have the new Coke. I did a review on it actually some time ago.
I love that thing.
Me too, man. I love the new Coke machine. It's right there. You guys can see it.
You want to see that? I got to show you guys. I don't know if you'll appreciate this. So a friend of mine sends me this from. This is not a figure related thing.
Oh,
but you're gonna love this. This is from Germany. I don't know if you like Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
Yes. Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Okay.
Of course.
So
who does
check this out. So here is it looks like a VHS tape, right?
Oh, look at Vanity. Oh,
wow. So
nice.
but wait, it's upside down. So I put these stickers on myself. This is not a real VHS tape. It's just a box.
That's like the Stranger Things Blu-ray.
Yeah, and you open it up, and the Blu-ray is inside.
Nice.
Wow. That's dope.
Come on. I mean, they'd never do this in America, but they give you the stickers, like the rewind stickers. So You guys, nobody would think it's cool, but you guys would know.
I think it's
Hell
awesome.
yeah, bro.
How cool
Hell
is that?
yeah.
I need that.
I mean, I
Hell
have
yeah.
I have the 4K Steelbook, but
Yeah,
I just
but
love
now,
the Last Dragon.
Is it? Well, it's Blu-ray, right? So they'll obviously have multi-tracks, right? So the English is still there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
'Cause
want to get it
everything's in
because
German, you know,
he
the art
sent
and
me
everything.
he sent me a movie called Eden Lake that's in the same. I just love the fact that it's in the VHS box. Der
awesome.
Tanz des Drachen.
Yeah, I was hoping that Stranger Things would continue that line.
Yeah, I remember when they did
I
that.
just
I
have
know.
season 1 in a VHS, and it's freaking awesome.
It is awesome.
Yeah, I would have bought all of them, dude. I would have bought all of them. So that's a cool pickup, though. That is a super cool pickup.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had to get it. Dieter got it for me in German. I'm like, oh, I have to have that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, New Coke was gross, but I wanted obviously the vending machine because
I was in my senior year in high school when New Coke came out, and they sent us a whole press release, and all we did was wantonly make fun of it because it was terrible. New Coke was terrible. Like that's one of the who thought to themselves, the Coca-Cola company, one of the biggest, most well-known brands in the world, who thought, yeah, you know what, we're gonna try and make New Coke, and they actually did it, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
Like who greenlit that? Who said, yeah,
Well,
let's
and then
do
they
that?
branded Coke the Coca-Cola Classic.
Mhm.
So it was like, okay, yeah, bring it back because nobody
Yep.
wanted. I remember watching stuff on that, like where people were just pouring it down the storm drains, the gutters and shit. They're like, nope, we'll buy it just to pour it out. You're like, oh, all right, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. So there, you got your Cobb Vanth out. Can I maybe take a peek at the head sculpt when you
That's
get a
what she
chance?
said. You want to get your cock out, buddy?
Yeah. You can.
He's got his cock. His cock
Why don't you get
Come on,
Cobb
man.
Vanth out? Show
I
me.
just wanted to take a peek at him because
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great.
Yeah, you
great.
put that pull that armor off. That's the way to pose him too, with the armor off.
Yeah.
Looks dope.
okay, so I'm viewing it through your lens here.
That's a great figure.
Versus being in person, but I look from what I'm seeing, I see Timothy Oliphant. I don't know.
I look. It's
When
the
you see
same
it
way
up
for me.
close, bro. When you
it.
see it up close, it looks like Timothy Oliphant, bro.
Did somebody say
This-
it doesn't look like Timothy Oliphant? It
A
looks
lot
like
of
Every-
people
a lot of
have,
people
but
have.
I guess
people are high.
it must. I guess I don't know. I mean,
They get high.
especially in that lighting right there. Like, yeah, I can see that's his profile. That's Timothy Oliphant. I will say
Shadowing.
this. Do I think? I will say this. Do you guys think it's a 10? I don't think it's exactly a 10. I would say more 9.
No. It's not a- it's-
very
it's-
rarely are there 10s.
Nine's pretty
bro.
good though.
9's
Well,
pretty
it's-
good.
Yeah.
Bro, it's not a 10, but for what I would give it like a strong 9.
Mhm.
I'd definitely give it a strong 9 because I see him there. I see him in this. And the thing is, again, certain angles, the way you angle a head sculpt, what we got, and we always talk about this, when they as amazing as the photos are, there's a lot of editing that goes into it, a lot of filtering and stuff like that to kind of bring it out. But sometimes that can, once it saturates too much, it can sort of take some of the detail from the head sculpt that you would want to see. So, but when you get it in hand, bro, it's amazing. It's
That's the
amazing.
tricky part, right? That's the tricky part. I can break it down because there's 2 parts to that story.
Yep.
But first, Steven, I had no idea, my man. Either you found it from the Coke review, man. I appreciate that. You've been tuning in for a while, man. So thank you, my man. That's awesome. 2 things. So when you do the solicitation photos, right? That's where we get our first looks, right? That should have nothing. You just it's lighting, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause you never want to give anybody a false sense of advertising, right? Changing things up that aren't ordinarily there in the actual, product, right? So, but then, later on, Hot Toys will do like the blogger photos, right? Where it's just full freedom. It's to be creative, express, creatively with this figure. So you'll see all this crazy shit. They're flying and there's blaster fire and, and then all these cool little like overlays of lighting and, flames and smoke. And then that's where, some of it can look a little wonky. It looks fantastic as a piece of art, but then you're like, well, I don't know. Like there's a lot of orange light here and I can't really, then you go back to look at the solicitation photos, but then sometimes they're different because they've updated, or they've either made the prototypes, the samples, a little bit better or a little bit worse. So then you're like,
Yeah.
I don't really know what to trust. We have two different kind of styles that we can look at, creative photos and product photos, and sometimes they vary in quality of the product itself, not so much the photo. So then you're left with, well, we gotta see what it is in hand. Right. It always happens this way. It
definitely does. It definitely does, bro.
But it looks great.
I can happily say that it looks good, and I can't wait to have both of these figures together, and to be able to put the display together. Here's the thing, bro. I'm going to cheat and see how well it looks to put sand. I'm not going to be the first to do it, but I'm going to put sand in a DTOF and see how this is going to actually work the way I want it.
DTOF.
Yeah. But I'm gonna use the bottom shelf, the very bottom, so it doesn't slide. So yeah, we'll put sand at the DTOF and see if I can get this to work. And I think it'll look amazing, especially for what I'm trying to pull off. Yeah. I love sand, bro. I'm not man.
I love the base on that figure too. The base, how the little diorama base that they put.
Yeah.
Nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, they killed it with the base, man.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, I don't know who you're talking about, but if you're talking about me, I've just recently started doing some.
What do you say?
Jason, appreciate the always on point with the photos. If that's what you're talking about, Charlie, I don't know. But
what do you say? XO6 photographer is always on point with the photo. Yeah. He might be talking about you, bro.
I don't know. Well, the only thing that I've done that you guys have seen is B'Elanna Torres.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You did it.
You've seen. But
you still did it though. So
yeah, well, no, yeah, of course. I just don't know if that's what you're referring to or just in general. But you'll see some more. I've been doing some that are you guys will see soon. But yeah, I mean, it's great, man. I mean, like
Jay, the only thing, and you have Cad Bane, right?
Yes, sir.
The only thing, and you can probably tell about this figure, is that of course, when you have it, you have to remove the gauntlets. Right?
Yeah.
When you do it, look how skinny his wrists look, and it make those gloves look super fat.
Yeah, they do.
That's the only thing I wish they would have kind of did. But I mean, it's just a small gripe. But it like he has like MMA boxing gloves on.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Yeah, but other than that, it's amazing. So,
okay, I see what you're saying, Charlie. The photos that keep popping up on Figure Flex Friday and Lael's Facebook group, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate that.
You did your thing, bro.
I want to know why you guys don't have this data.
Who?
I'm trying to find that out too from Sideshow because
I asked
he's
you.
getting delayed.
But I know Rob clearly.
I'll have mine soon.
You will have yours this week. So,
any about that control panel, have they said can you give us any information about that in that control console?
No.
Oh, come on.
I mean, they did say it's coming.
Yeah, look,
it is coming.
You guys always ask me stuff and I always give you the same answer every time. Stay tuned. I mean, stay tuned. Yeah.
In a world
keep nagging the shit out of me.
Where
stay tuned.
Place to sit.
Like, let me come on. Like, it's coming. Just chill, man. Modeling sand is the way to go, Doc Smizzle says. Like, Ken and I play with that stuff all the dang time.
Yeah.
It's Paw Patrol.
You know what I can do? I can actually drive to the beach and get real ocean sand and put it in my display case.
You could.
Well,
I could even send it to you. I could go get you some real Pacific Ocean sand and send it to you.
I didn't know on this Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man that the damn Sandman base, which is amazing, it's a work of art in itself, but I didn't realize
it's real sand.
It's real fucking sand. It was sand everywhere as I was displaying. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because Jason, I mean, not Jason, but I keep forgetting his name. Justin. So Justin actually hated it as well.
Mm-hmm.
When he did his review, he could not stand it. Like, he was like, it's getting everywhere.
Everywhere.
on his display. So, but I kind of like that because it gives you that level of realism.
It really does.
You know
It
what I
really
mean?
does.
Now I don't have. I had no intentions on getting the base. I was just going to get the figure anyway.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you know what I mean. But having that level of realism, that'd be pretty dope. I think that's dope.
That is kind of cool. And Oilers is a funny guy. Prefers the videographer. Well, I need that meme from The Office, man. They're the same. But no, thanks. What's up, Oilers? How you doing, bro? Yeah, man. Listen, it's so cool. All this is good stuff, man. We're in a great time for everything. I think. I know somebody mentioned. Let me look through the chat real quick, guys. I'm a little off on here. We kind of talked about it a little bit, man. But Alex was saying, could you guys discuss why you think Hot Toys is releasing a new DeLorean? Well, Jazzinc is dominating the 6-scale market. Is Hot Toys nervous? It seems like Yost is doing what Hot Toys can't. Well, I feel like it, you know, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, but
Yeah.
I don't think that Hot Toys can't do it, but I think that they're just, well, they can do it, but
It's
I
not
think
smart
they're
for
just
them.
tied down with so much other stuff. I think they come out with 100 figures a year.
Yeah.
Oh, but I do feel like it's a bit early, and I do feel that it is a bit deliberate to announce it now on the eve of the pre-orders for the 89. Could be a coincidence. Could just be like, you know what? Let's just. It's like you know, people.
was a
fuck
shot.
with you. Just a
It
little.
was a shot.
These little jabs here.
It's a
and there,
jab.
just
It's
little
a
stings.
jab.
Don't really like hurt overall, but it's I think CT said it best one day. You know, it's like a 1,000 cuts sort of thing. Like you just keep kind of you know whittling at people. But
I mean, we've seen this before. You know, right when I think a lot of people think about it about a year and a half ago when a lot of people started hearing more about Yost, and he was, flirting with the idea of doing this particular Batmobile, and the 22 is already up for pre-order, and a lot of people were coming to Jazzinc, and then they just brought out that Starfighter, that M1 Starfighter, which they looks like they're not gonna, ever bring out. They really threw that out there to kind of like, hey, we're 1/6 scale. We do vehicles too. You know what I'm saying?
You know, they don't like I mean they do, but they don't. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas like Yost is just focusing on vehicles right now.
Yeah.
And it's to the point where, do you remember? I mean, I even did a show on it. It's Yost put up, hey, the 22 Batmobile, and then Hot Toys put out a post, but it was just a render of the back of the Batmobile 22.
Probably wasn't even a render, bro. It was just a damn picture.
Well, that's what I mean, not like a CG, not their render of, like you said, mold or anything, but just like a stock photo essentially. Yeah. With a Hot Toys logo, and then they do it on purpose, bro. They do this shit on purpose. They're like, well, let's put it out there because now we're gonna fuck with the audience, the customer base. Like, is Hot Toys gonna do this? That's all they want you to think. Right. That's all they want you to think. And then they didn't. So, same thing with the damn Justice Mobile. They actually just showed that, remember, a few months ago. Like, it was on display during the Flash event.
The Flash event, yeah. So yeah, they do this shit. They constantly throw jabs at Jazzinc. And I just think this was another thing that was kind of like, oh, we know they want to, because I remember we did hear, I remember around the summer, we were hearing that it was rumors going around that around Summer Showcase that they were going to be releasing the DeLorean 3.0 back all the way back then. And obviously that didn't happen. But it's just funny, the eve of pre-orders closing for this Jazzinc Batmobile, here they come with another.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, and they want to. There's competition there. I mean, period. Yeah. I mean, so absolutely. Hot Toys is looking at that like, well, what can we do? Can we buy some time? Can we kind of sow some,
I think it just doesn't fit. I mean, it doesn't fit their business model. They can make DeLoreans. I mean, I think that and they have made. I mean, because they made tumblers. They made the '89 Batmobile. They made the DeLoreans.
Well, those are all successful releases too.
Yeah, and they all sold. They all pretty much sell out.
Yeah,
they made even the 12th scale, the Bat, the flying Bat from Dark Knight Rises.
Right. Yep.
But I just don't think that it they can't make enough to they have to make a lot to make the kind of money they need to make on something like that.
Yes.
Whereas because they're putting out, like you pointed out, 100 figures a year or whatever, whereas Jazzinc is not doing that. Jazzinc's business is
but at the same time with Jazzinc, right, with Yost, he can't make that quantity that Hot Toys can make. Therefore, I mean, you notice the difference in cost, but then what I like about that is that he counterbalances that, where he's like, okay, well, look, I can't make 5,000 Batmobiles. Right. What I can do though, because we have to make a lower run, which is going to obviously increase the cost, because that's how it is. It's like going to Costco, buying a boat, whatever. So, but what I can do is I can really try to keep adding to this, which we see time and time again with these updates. So it's cool. It's appreciated that he's done that. Like, I was in on the Batmobile when he was all about it, but then watching over the past like 8 to 10 months, being like, oh, you know what? We added this. Yeah, we added that, Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add this too. Fuck it. And you're like, oh, cool. And like the price is still the same. So I appreciate that. So there's just pros and cons to, the business, but Hot Toys definitely. Yeah.
I'm going to have to hit him up. Cause I know I'm scheduled for the final payment and everything for it this month, but, with this funeral and shit, it's going to be kind of tough, bro. Cause Yeah. My uncle had unfortunately, because of his situation, he didn't have the insurance to cover it. So it's going to be a bit rough.
Yeah. Well, he'll work with you, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to have to talk to him about it.
Where's my Terminator with a Harley? I know, man. I have like so many Terminators. Now it's the 40th anniversary.
We're gonna get more. We're gonna get Terminator shit.
Well yeah, but maybe not from Hot Toys though, bro, because the
Why
license, because they don't have the license like to infinity.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not be surprised.
Well, they could reacquire the license, sure, but they haven't done fuck all with it since Genesis.
Yeah, but once again, we're talking about a company that has to. Howard constantly beats his chest, and I mean the fact that they went in doing Terminator figures way back when they need to be updated.
Some tenure.
Again, they can repop that. I'd love to get I like my Arnold figure, my Arnold Terminator figure, in the punk rock outfit. But I'm willing to bet we'll get a Kyle Reese and a Terminator.
Kyle Reese was MMS 01.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they've already done these. They've already done these figures before, so they're going to repop them with much better face sculpts, and we're going to get much better clothes. And
Jay, your mind's
really because I'm thinking about it because I want a cow. Because I was just thinking about it. I want a Kyle Reese, but I want him. I want a 1980. What was that? 84. Am I wrong? I should know that.
Yeah, it's 84.
Yeah, I want a 1984 Kyle Reese with the coat, with the trench coat.
That's what you want. That was MMS 001.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But I thought that was.
I thought he
had the time. I thought he had the.
I don't think he was future.
He had the future
soldier.
Fuck, that was a future soldier outfit.
But listen, if they give us, you talking about the Kyle Reese with the fatigue pants on, the trench coat, the sawed off at the and.
He stole
the Nikes
clothes.
They gotta give him the Nikes, bro.
But they gonna give them one of those.
They're gonna give him one of those, bro.
So
people, if they release that, just be prepared to find those Nikes, bro. For real.
Well,
I think they will because if you look at things like Terminator's having its Ghostbusters is also having its 40th anniversary. Maybe Blitz will repop them. I don't know, but so
we got Star Race.
But, I'm glad I've got my Blitzway figures. I don't care. Yeah, but Star Trek 3 is 40th anniversary. Ghostbusters is 40. Beverly Hills Cop is 40.
Damn.
What else is 40?
One more.
Pretty in Pink is 40. Or no. 16 Candles is Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink is 40. I think.
Was it Gremlins 84?
Gremlins is 40.
God damn.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom is 40.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd love to get another. I'd love to get a I didn't get that Temple of Doom.
84?
What's that? Who?
I was thinking that myself.
Goonies?
Yeah.
Goonies is 85.
Was it 85? Okay.
That's 85. That was my
So we're
very
close.
first movie.
We're close. Yeah, we're old. I was just about to say that shit. We are old.
Lady Hawk
I love
was
this.
85, I think.
Yeah.
I'd love to get two Lady Hawk figures.
That's funny. Luminara in the building this evening. Happy birthday.
Happy
Lumi,
birthday.
by the way. Give happy birthdays to Lumi, everybody in the chat, man. We still got 170 in here.
Happy birthday, Lumi. She's
Happy
supposed to be out
birthday.
celebrating. I just saw like a couple photos of her on Instagram and she's looking incredible. But she's supposed to be out there celebrating. What you doing in here?
Just coming to say hello to us
Yeah.
sometimes not so civilized gentlemen. But happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Sincere.
Lomi.
That's awesome. Have fun. And if you have already had fun, then thanks for stopping by if you're winding down. But
Renz did a wonderful, that painting he did of Lumia Storm was amazing. That was awesome.
Yeah, he choked her up,
Awesome.
bro. She really you know, she did. She damn near cried, bro, on camera because of what he did. So shout out to Renz. That was incredible, bro.
super awesome. Golden Arms, I'm with you, man. We need the killer and hard boiled. I've got my Enter Bay Mark Lee 2-pack, Better Tomorrow. Giant Fat. I love a Better Tomorrow 1 and 2. So I had to get those figures. Rob's gonna be busting out something here. Ooh, a film.
This is the original Criterion laser disc.
Damn, we got the laser disc. That's what's up.
Look at this. This is the best. So I also have the killer laser disc, but you open this stuff up. This is look at this.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's awesome.
Look
That
at
is
that.
awesome.
You got the Chinese
So
and the
beautiful.
origami. I miss the Laserdisc days.
Yep,
I
they
miss
were
these.
awesome.
Beautiful. And this is Criterion. I mean, they did such a nice job.
So awesome.
For all you kids out there who've never seen a Laserdisc, look at that. Come on now.
Mhm.
Big ass CD.
I do like them. I do
I
like
know.
them. Part of me wants to like
I remember it was a guy.
solve the whole system.
It was a guy that lived in my neighborhood back in the day. It was the first time I was in high school. The first time I saw a laser disc, I was like, God damn, it was a big CD, and he had Terminator. And then when you opened it up, it was amazing. It's dope.
You know who does great stuff that's not related to Laserdisc, but Mondo.
Oh, yeah.
I have a few.
Well,
Mondo
you know,
records.
I'm looking at this pictures of the MMS1 Terminator figure, the Sergeant Tech Kyle Reese.
Yeah.
It's Studio Canal. I'm more convinced than ever they could easily get this license and repop this figure and do.
Yeah, I think they could. I think they could, but
Give it like a touch up. Definitely. That'd be dope.
well, it's on top of it too. It's their first MMS, so it'd be
Yeah,
kinda
and that's
cool
why
to
it'd be like a
revisit that. Here, let me grab something.
They did it with RoboCop recently,
yeah. I know.
so why not? I think we'll get a lot of Terminator shit this year.
I think we're
really
gonna
do.
too.
No, they need to go back to that stuff because I mean, we all
I
have
mean,
them.
give us a die cast 6-scale endoskeleton.
Oh
Please.
yeah, man.
Please, I need that. Yes.
Well, we like all the 80s. I mean, we got Caustic Plastic. I think you know about that. They're bringing out Bloodsport figures this year.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
That's
They're
kind of what I
great.
was going to
Such a
show you
great
guys
company.
because I don't know if I've shown you this before, but dude, let me full screen real quick.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Hell yeah.
You see
Mhm.
this? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
dope.
Look at
That
this.
is dope.
Look at this.
That's dope.
Look at this fucking artwork, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's
awesome.
crazy.
bro, come on.
Nice.
Oh, that's
really
Come
nice.
on, man. I mean,
nice.
damn. That's one of the best ones I've seen. Damn,
Yeah,
that
dude.
was good.
Yeah, dude. It's Paul 𝗕𝗘𝗥𝗖𝗢, right? He did the score. This is the record. This is so badass. I mean, but I love Bloodsport. So yeah. Hey, I just wanted to, you were showing Laserdisc. I was like, well, I got some records. They're badass.
Last Starfighter, 40 years old. I wouldn't mind getting a alien and an Alex figure.
Mm-hmm.
You are next. Tell you.
I mean,
I can't wait for those, man. I can't wait for those, man. They're doing both of them. So yeah.
And Buckaroo Banzai is turning 40.
Oh wow.
There's
wow.
one for you.
Yeah. Someone who's giving me 80s Howard the Duck. That movie scared the shit out of me, dude.
Really?
Really? When he had that weird shit coming out of his mouth and like he was all fucked up at the end.
The effects in the end of that movie are really good.
I love that.
They really were. They really
I love
good.
it. That's like the first Marvel movie in a way.
In a way, but
One of. Yeah.
One of, yeah, that's right. One of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, 5 Deadly Venoms. Yeah. Man, I miss a lot of the old school like kung fu films. And do you guys remember Invincible Super Chan? That shit was banned in like every country on the fucking planet.
Nah, I don't remember.
Around the 70s.
Mhm.
Invincible Super Chan, he was like cutting people in half and like crazy. Like, I mean, it was the 70s. It was pretty corny looking. Like what I remember seeing him like on. He was on like a hilltop somewhere, and it was like a really pulled back camera shot, and he like chops this dude, and then you see him like split in half. And he's like clearly cardboard. But at the time, like, dude, it was you gotta check it out, man. It was great, man. It was great, dude. So.
Do you know it also celebrates its 40th anniversary?
The
Ewok Adventure.
Wow.
Wait, the Caravan of Courage or the Battle of Endor?
The Caravan of Courage, the first one. Battle of Endor was the second one.
You're right.
So,
The Caravan
what do you
of
think? You
Courage
think
is
Hot Toys
also-
is going to go as deep into the Ewok Adventures they went into?
Nope.
I believe that's
No
the first
chance.
appearance of the Blurg.
No chance, bro.
Chance.
No chance in hell they'll do this something like that, bro.
I don't remember if it was the
I'm
first.
not
it's
going to be
Cos- maybe
satisfied
it's-
until I get Chief Chirpa. That's all I'm telling you.
Maybe a Cosbaby thing. I could see them doing that. Why not?
Yeah, Blurgs were in the first movie or the second one. Because the Blurgs were the Blurgs in that had the cage, and the Ewoks were in the cage, the prison cage. The Blurgs would walk them locked up in the cage.
I keep forgetting. I gotta sell my blurg because I don't need the space for it. I think
You don't need your Blurg.
No, I'd rather have a do back. And when I got that blur set, I never thought I would have a do back.
Yeah.
So,
There we go.
so if anybody wants a blur,
Flying guillotine, man. Hell yeah.
That's
dude.
one. The flying guillotine. That's what I'm saying, bro. The flying
All them Wu-Tang
guillotine.
films, like, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
bro.
Bunch of-
Saturday,
bunch.
Saturday morning kung fu. No, Saturday afternoon kung fu theater, bro. 12 o'clock. That's what it was. Flying
Remember
guillotine.
that.
You already knew that, bro.
Yeah, man.
those days.
Some of these
Straight
are great,
up.
man.
Yeah, those were the days
know.
I'd be on the couch, drop kicking, drop kicking
yeah,
second
bro.
brother and shit.
Mhm. Man,
Hell yeah, bro.
shit.
That's what I'm saying. Dope ninjas wear black all day, every day, bro.
Hell
Straight
yeah.
up. That's how it goes.
I love
Yeah.
it. Body double. Police Academy. Oh man,
Police Academy. Oh my god.
I love Police Academy.
I do too, bro.
I do. I would watch those all the time as a kid.
I even
Yeah.
like the Police
Yeah.
Academy cartoon. I had the figures.
The cartoon, man,
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah, I remember that.
Mm.
I think Police Academy was pretty good up until like I think 5 was in Florida, and then after that it was the last 2 were like really weird.
No.
Mission to Moscow and like
Yeah.
the other one, but I think the first 5 were really cool.
It's funny that was 5. It was like 7 of them.
I know, but the first 5 I think were pretty decent. Citizens on Patrol.
Citizens on Patrol was funny. I
That shit
mean,
was
HBO
great.
used to play the shit out of that in the 80s. They played.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't
my
know
god.
if Justin McFly's in the chat, but he keeps fucking with me all the time. He's always like, yumma, 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 yeah. You know, in the van, do that voodoo shit, like fucking Hightower. That shit was great. I would get some Police Academy figures.
Hell yeah.
Mahoney. Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Guys. Anyway, we're probably gonna wrap, man. We're at that 2-hour mark, guys. We could always talk forever, but I appreciate everybody tuning in this evening, guys. We're still like 180, man. Can we hit that like? Can we get to 100 likes right now while we're live? I mean, if we're not already there, we're at 84 likes. I think we can get to 16 more likes, and I still have a poll up in the chat. Holy shit, we're at 185 votes. 70% of everybody are saying no to the Back to the Future 3 DeLorean, which I get 16% say yes and
Damn.
14% say maybe. I'm gonna end that poll right now, my friends. Almost
Oh my
200 on that,
God.
so
I mean, well, it wasn't that. I mean, of all the DeLoreans, that's not the popular one. We all know the popular.
Yeah, but the cool thing, when we say popular, we're like, yeah, like the generalized popularity, right? Because there's a lot of people that love 3, right? So many people are like, dude, 3 is my favorite.
I didn't fall in love with 3. I didn't fall in love with 3 until I was an adult, honestly, and watched it again. I think I was probably like 28, and I was like, man, 3 is. But then I watched
really a story about Doc.
It's great. 3 is good. It's a real good story. It's a great story. It really is.
Yeah, I agree. Conan the Destroyer, 40 years as well. Jeez, man.
Shit.
Animated Transformers G1, 1984. Man.
Purple Rain is 42. Get out of here.
Yep. Karate Kid.
Karate Kid. Goddamn.
You guys are making me feel old.
I'm telling you, bro. 84, man. Y'all, you know how it is.
Yeah, that must have been one of those years.
I remember. Listen, I'll tell you this before we wrap, man. I remember watching Karate Kid. You get a kick out of this shit. My grandmother or my grandfather or both, whatever. They had a. You guys remember these kind of TVs that were? Oh gosh, I don't know, like fucking like that big of a screen. And then on the side of it was the radio.
Yes.
Yes.
You would say it's handheld, but not really. It was
not
more like
really.
A VCR or like
you
know, but it was a very tiny fucking black and white screen, and then the radio on it. And I remember being like 5 years old watching. Karate Kid was on TV. And I watched it on this little black and white fucking. Yeah, man. I remember that shit. Let's sweep away. Damn right. So anyway, guys, we're gonna probably wrap. Let me do some random rounds. Jay.
Oh shit. Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Hi,
how are you?
Doing good. Okay. No, what's up, everybody? Thank you for having me here tonight, man. It's always fun. Always great. Had a great time. Great conversations with the family. Let me see if I can get it. Yep. So there's Toby right there. I just dropped my review last night. Review's doing well. Make sure y'all check that out. Also, we got my collection tour, which will be out at some point. Not sure, but will be done at some point. Still working on it. That was supposed to be out like 2 weeks ago. But that will be coming out pretty soon. So make sure y'all check that out. And then next week will be we're doing best of the best on another story. I promise you guys we'll be doing story time with Mama Cousins. That will be happening sometime next week. She's ready to talk about it. I'm ready to talk about it. Part 2, the Beatles, definitely second leg of their careers. Definitely we're going to be talking about that. And best of the best. And if anything from Hot Toys drops this week, I'm hoping we get Kenobi Vader this week. So if that comes out, me, Leo, Aaron, all of us probably going to jump into a big stream or something like that. That's going to be a big one. So look forward to that. And always, brother, thank you so much for having me.
Dude, always, my man. Always. I'm going to kind of bounce us around really quick here, man.
There.
I actually took Rob out. I meant to bring you up. I'm sorry. I know. I banished you like Q. You went to timeout for a little bit. Oh, what episode was that? Come on, guys.
Hi, Rob.
How are you?
Alcoholic. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. I'm all
like that?
out of bubblegum. No,
Hell yeah. They live, bro.
Here's the Burnett work. On the Burnett work, what do we got cooking on the Burnett work? We got our favorite physical media show tomorrow. Let's Get Physical Media. I'm on George the Giant Slayer's second live stream tomorrow after Let's Get Physical Media. You can always, I think I'm going to do a Robservations later tonight. And then just Robservations during the week and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll be on the John Campea show on Monday and Wednesdays.
Yeah. Every Wednesday?
Awesome.
Yeah, every Monday and Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, very cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah.
John, I love you and Chris Carl on that show. You guys are awesome.
I miss Chris. We've been separated.
Oh.
I love Chris. No, because she does alternating days from me, which is kind of a bummer because I love Chris. She's hilarious. She is in our audio drama that we're going to be launching in the crowdfunding.
Really?
Yeah, she's really good in it too.
Awesome.
So yeah, that'll be fun.
Well, that is pretty damn awesome, guys. If you have not subscribed already to Rob, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, his link is also in the
Come on over. The
description.
water's warm, and of course we do Midnight Musings, Lael and RM and I on Friday nights.
You know, why is the water warm?
Not because I peed in it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
No.
You gotta clarify that. I don't know.
No, I don't do that. No,
Okay.
no. I save that for special people.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's
Just
pretty
kidding.
good. That's
I'm
pretty
kidding.
good.
I'm kidding.
Nightwing won. He I don't have anything to give away, but he won. It was Hide and Q.
Hide and Q, there you go.
Vanished. Remember?
And I'm really looking forward to Hide and Q is the second Q episode in the first season.
Yeah, the first one is in Counter Farpoint.
Yeah, and I'm waiting to get two XO6 figures this week. I'm very excited.
You shall. Why don't you tell the audience what you'll be getting, Rob?
You'll be getting Data and season 3 Picard. So I'm very excited to get those. I'm caught up.
You're caught up.
I'm caught up.
What's cool is you are getting the gift for Picard.
I am.
Admiral Picard. Yeah, because what Nanjin decided to do was for people who would just order directly from the website and got a little bonus gift.
Ooh, I like that. I'm happy to get the gift.
I will spoil it for you right now.
Look at how many Star Trek figures XO6 has made. Look at that.
Some of those aren't released. Look away.
Look away now. I know that is so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
That is awesome.
Very cool. So, but Leo, my man, I'm gonna bring you up, my friend.
What's up, bro?
Just bringing you up for the final hurrahs.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
Of course.
Calling me in here late. Again, thanks everybody for your condolences, everybody out there who's been following the channel, stuff like that. Appreciate it. What do I got going on, man? I mean, I don't know. Like everything's been kind of a blur. I think tomorrow I might, definitely do Collectors Lounge and just dedicate that to my uncle. So there'll be a big dedication show for him tomorrow, along with just, figure news and stuff like that for the week. So I'll be doing that. Let me see what else. I'll probably be setting these two up and doing just like a couple, like a really small video for them.
Cool.
Yeah, just like a small little video, not a tour, but just like a little display of how to have these in your display with sand and just create like a mini diorama and just, make it look good.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be doing that. Comic Book Talk with Friends makes its return for the new year on Monday. And then, whatever happens next week, we got, of course, Say What Wednesday and then Figure Flex Friday. So, yeah. That's pretty much it, man. Thanks for everybody's support. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. And thank you.
Always, brother. Always. Yeah, we'll put your link in the description as well. I didn't have it in. I don't think I had it in tonight, but I'm going to put it in here tonight now that you were here with us. Guys, if you have not, obviously, subscribe to Brother Cousins, subscribe to Leo, subscribe to Rob. I'm sure you guys all have, but if you haven't, and this is your first time seeing everybody, I don't know where you've been, but I appreciate it, and they'll appreciate it as well, man. Go check out everybody's content. Jay, I need to watch your Spider-Man review. I did not watch it, so I will probably watch that tomorrow.
Awesome.
And Rob, you said you're going to do a show tonight too?
I think so.
Still kind of.
I got to figure out. I need a topic.
Oh,
my problem is I don't have a topic yet.
Why are children? Well, no, let's not say children. Why are people not? I don't know. Something about people. There, I gave you half of it. You could finish it.
Well, most of my shows are about people.
I know.
Well, what they like, what they don't like. I can't bitch about Star Trek because I did that in the last show.
What about 40th anniversary, 30th anniversary films?
That's not a bad idea, but I don't have a way into that. Like I don't have.
Yeah, it's not really metal either.
Yeah, it's not a metal. It's just it'd be a regular observation.
Well, yeah.
Or maybe I'll just move my desk and finally clean up.
That would be wonderful. I want to see
space up.
Some stuff over there. And I want to see some.
Yeah, well, I got my module cases are over there. You can't see what I want to do though in 2024 is I want to have 3 broadcasting stations in the Raw Observatory, so I can do my physical media when I talk about action figures. Have my action figures behind me.
No.
So I can
Cool.
set all those up. But what I need to do is I want to get these backgrounds printed, and I'm having a hard time finding the actual backgrounds because
My
I
buddy
want to.
Jason got some printed from a. He sent me the link to the website. I'll send it to you.
Oh,
but,
send me the link. Yeah.
but you may still have to find the proper background.
Well, I would love to get like a Tatooine background, and because I would like to put my Jazzinc land speeder.
Would it be deliberate so you'd have 2 suns back there so people know?
Yeah. Just a background. And I realize I don't have to go to the beach to get sand because I'm a half an hour away from like the desert.
Yeah.
So I can just go get real desert sand that you don't have to. Somebody said you have to boil beach sand. You don't have to boil desert sand because it's already baked.
Yeah, just take it. It's already baked out here like
Maybe
that.
what I should do is start selling people real desert. Go to Death Valley and say, "This is real Death Valley sand for your module."
We did that, and then we got pulled over. You swear to God.
Really?
Yeah, cops pulled us over. Highway patrol. We're like, dude, we're just getting some Tatooine sand. We were like 16. I swear to God.
Wow.
Yeah. My buddy was a big Star Wars guy. I mean, more than I am. Like, dude, we gotta go. It's fucking, it's where they built the fucking sail barge, and
I mean, I think it'd be cool to get nice granule sand from the actual desert.
Yeah.
It
was cool, man. It was fun. This is a good question though, right? Talk about season 3 episode. Who watches the Watchers? But let me ask you that because before we leave. Are you still going to be doing this kind of the show you were talking about with the kind of essential Trek? I forgot the title of the
10 and 20s.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to do more of that. I'm going to do, just because I want to bolster my channel more. It's kind of my channel is kind of stagnant, and I need to make more short form content.
Well, I think that would be fantastic. You already know.
I want to do more of that. So for those of you who are interested, I was going to do 20-minute shows that are called 10 and 20s. Where I would make lists of 10 things that I love and why you should love them. And I was going to start with the 10 episodes of each season of Star Trek. So you don't have to watch every episode of Star Trek. You can, because it's so funny. There's so many people that come to me like, I've never watched Star Trek.
Same.
And it's so daunting. I don't even know where to start. I'm like, oh my God, that's so wild that people haven't watched. But Star Trek started in 1966.
Well, I think you need to get those done because I too, among a lot of people in the chat right now, and then my Discord server, Facebook groups, a lot of people are like, dude, I've never seen Star Trek. Where do I go? And I would love to be like, dude, go to Rob's channel, check out, his segments on this, and because I'm sure it won't be like spoilerific, but why these are great, and then go from there.
It's just when I started to write
those episodes.
I have to write scripts, and I was writing scripts. Yeah. I do you have to do 2 minutes on each episode. It was hard for me to distill what I liked about each episode into 2 minutes.
Yeah,
but I got to do it. Maybe I'll just have Chat GPT.
I was just saying, you know what?
The problem with Chat GPT, I've tried working with Chat GPT to do stuff like that, but the problem is it doesn't sound like me.
Right.
Like I have to make it sound like
advanced ones though, where you could be like, please explain the synopsis of The Measure of a Man.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Robert Meyer Burnett, and then it will scour.
There's too many things that I would want to touch on. I actually have to do research so I can get these little things that I don't forget about.
But you can use some of it for gap filler. And you're like, yeah, and then fill in your own kind of. I use it as a tool, not like a
Yeah.
So Joey, by the way.
Hey Joey, I've done that too. I've used it, to help write with scripts and stuff like that. But then, especially for one script that I was working on, it was something that was based off of a real case in real life, and I had to actually go ahead and do the work. And it got to the point where I was like, well, let me just write this shit myself.
Yeah, it's like that because Chat GPT might be a good jump off point, but you end up rewriting everything anyway because you have to. It's too general.
Yes.
And the thing is, if I'm going to talk about my favorite Star Trek episodes, I have to be very specific to me, because because like I've said, I really believe that authenticity is going to be the currency of the 21st century. And when people tune in,
everything's fake.
Yeah, and if people tune in and they don't hear me, they don't hear my voice and what I'm saying, they'll know instantly that I'm full of shit.
Right.
And that's I think. I mean, whether people like what you say or don't like what you say, as long as they know you're saying it. I mean, because people like to hate on me too, which is fine. And but I don't want people to hate on me for things I didn't say. Only
Right.
hate,
Say that,
only
no,
hate
say
me
I,
because of things I did say.
Yeah. Guys, but let me wrap here in just a minute. I'm going to tell you this. The short answer here is no. I will speak on Rob's behalf. Sorry. Since we're getting the Strange New Worlds figures, I caved in order.
No.
Yeah. So
I will not be getting any. The only modern Star Trek figure I will buy is Michelle Yeoh's Empress Georgiou. I will buy that because it's mirror universe and I can justify it. I want nothing to do with anything modern Star Trek.
Except Picard season 3.
Well, but that I continue. I think of that as a
continues on from
continuation. Yeah. No, I will not. As much as I thought the X06 did a great job with those SNW figures,
they're great.
I have no interest in them.
I understand.
You know,
you'll be able to see them here
because they did have a prototype of the Captain Pike, of Jeffrey Hunter's Captain Pike. I don't know if they're going to make it, but I will buy that one.
We had that and Spock from with the cage and
I'll buy all that stuff.
Yeah, that's really cool. So hopefully those come to fruition.
DS9 Blu-ray. There is talk of finally remastering in HD, but they're not going to do it the right way.
They're going to AI it or what?
Yeah, and they want to do it in 16:9. It's like, come on, guys.
I'll still watch it, bro. I'll still watch it. Fuck it.
Yeah, but they should do it the correct way.
They should put the money in like they did TNG.
Yes.
But
yes, they should.
And then at that point, you're like, well, we might as well do Voyager next.
Yes.
And then Enterprise. I don't think would be too difficult. I mean, it was shot.
Well, Enterprise is already out in HD.
Yeah, but it wasn't fully shot though, right? I mean, like
no, it was shot on film and then it was finished. The visual effects were done in 720, but the Blu-rays look great.
Do they? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
And they've got all of our special features on them.
That is true.
You should get them. And there's a great box set.
Well, then how nice would that be? If we could get them all done, that's what I need. Yeah, man, Savick is up for PO. Mark just got from Sideshow tonight. Yeah, I'll take any. Like when you watch that documentary, and I know, guys, I got to get going, but the What We Left Behind documentary that they started. Yeah. They did like 20 minutes of HD footage of DS9.
Yeah, they remastered that stuff. They did.
That was great. That was great. I'm like, oh my god, I need that. I need that. I mean,
Yep.
It's gonna be the year of DS9, guys.
Yep.
Just saying. Stay tuned. So, other than that, guys, yeah, we're probably gonna wrap. I don't know what I got going on, dude. I'm super busy. Doing a lot of stuff with work that's kind of confidential right now, but just stay tuned on some of that stuff. And I don't know if I'm doing anything. Well, Tuesday, I'll do my Tuesday show. I think I can squeeze it in, but I have so much coming from work that you guys will be seeing soon. So keep an eye out for that for all my tricky friends out there. And yeah, stay safe out there. Be well, be excellent to each other, right, Jay? As always. That's right. We will see you guys next week. So hit that like button, hit that sub if you're new, subscribe to everybody here, all that good stuff. And yeah, man, we're out of here. Have a good night. Peace out.
Peace.